Are you war ready? Because I'm coming in. Salah is going to get pocketed by Luke Shaw. I don't fear this Liverpool team. Gakpo will be able to deal with him. Anfield this, Anfield that. Man United built different now, man. Fabinho, Henderson, Elliott. Am I supposed to fear that? Cut GRIZZ when we win on the big six. Listen, I'm coming for everyone, mate. I might even cook Skull Thuggery. I'm going to do my own edit and cook Skull Thuggery. He's cooking us all the time, so why don't we cook him?
Hey, smart ass.
Oh, fuck! Too easy! How did we get caught there? How? Gakpo of all people as well. Real score. Why do you score? Shoot, man! Why does Casemiro look like he's drunk? We must return back in that second half. And we must win this game. I am not coming here and I'm not leaving here with an L. Not against this Liverpool team. Not against these scrubs. Not today. I am not. We are second half FC. We do better in the second half. Let's go, man. Come on. New energy. New energy. Fuck's sake. Get it out! Get it out! What is going on? You need to get me a chance to sit down. This is mad. Salah. Oh my god. Where's Lissandro? Oh my god.
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
Ah! What is this defending? Are you having me on? What is this? I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. What do you want, man?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Well, give salam in it, bro. When one brother calls
Bro, I said salam back, man.
I come in peace, bro. I come in peace. But my team hasn't come in peace, bro. Brother, my team hasn't come in peace, you know. Do you know where you are, bro? This is what? This is Anfield. Speak soon.
Title race. Different gravy. Dancing outside the megastore. Get back in the bin.
Anyone else? Anthony pass. Anthony pass, man! Tommy, are you kidding me? I'm done. Are you kidding me? Anfield is humbler. Watch it. Salah's free! Oh! I feel.
I'm very few.
Who's calling me? AGT. Bro, you better be ready for the FaceTime to all them scum fans when we smack them. But there you go, man. But they might not pick their phones up. If you think I'm picking that up, mate, I ain't picking that up. Yeah. Anyway, 4-0.
Hold on a minute, player.
5-0. 5 again. They've done it again. They've done it again. End this game, please. This is me. You don't know who I am? Okay, now. Oh, it's 7-0. 7-0. Fuck! We have been absolutely put in a spliff.
Be sure to bring a towel so you don't get all wet.
End the stream.
Oh my god.
Why did you do a watch along? Why did you not delete the watch along? Why did you leave it up public for Skull Thuggery? Honestly, I would have privated that shit immediately. No way.
3 minutes. A 3-minute intro. Saeed, you said you're gonna pick all of us on the show plus Skull Thuggery.
I feel.
We're built different, are we? We're built different, are we? Take that body off. You're built different. You don't dance around a car park in your zebra pants shouting "We're built different" and turn up in a bally.
They are built different, to be fair, because I've not seen anybody lose 7-0 at Anfield.
Eras come to an end, yeah? Talking about Klopp and Pep like that, yeah? Who is this Ten Hag guy? Eras come to an end. You got to both those clubs and held 13, son. That's 13. There's no eras coming to an end. Your era ended over a decade ago and it hasn't started again yet. Don't talk to us. You got packed by the worst Liverpool team in years. 7-0. Casemiro. Varane. The best centre-halves in the world.
Champions League.
He's going through the cop end with a cleaver. He got spun by Salah. Casemiro doesn't get held for 7. You tried to tell me he's on the same level as Rodri. Rodri can't count to 7 in English. 7 goals. Are you mad? We're built different. There's only one team in Manchester resilient. You ain't resilient. You gave up. Your team are a bunch of cowards. They gave up. Hold that. Hold that. You tried to laugh at me for not turning up to meet you outside Old Trafford when you fluked the 2-1 win. Take that bally off and show respect. Hold.
Tally off and show respect.
This is a cooking. This is a real cooking.
It has to be TOBS. What do you expect, my brother?
Do you know what?
Bro, I just wanna the brother Imam GRIZZ, I can't wait for his eulogy. I'm really looking forward to his eulogy. I know he's come dressed up today, ready to deliver a great word. He's ready. He's come ready to deliver the great word today. So I'm waiting on brother GRIZZ. But
Assalamu alaikum.
I want all of us to raise our hands.
Yes, here we go.
Whether you believe,
Before
whether you
prayer,
believe in God
can
or
I
you
just say,
don't.
before prayer, just one more thing. It's very rude of us, you know, to start a big show like this. There's a big audience here, to not offer our guests at least a beverage. I've got a few options if you'd like a beverage. Yeah, I've got some of that Prime if you're willing to spend big cash. If you fancy that, I've got some Monster here. I've got some Pepsi Max. I think there's only really one drink of choice for tonight. I've got a big 2-liter bottle. 7-Up. Who fancies a glass? A nice cold.
Don't open it yet. Don't open it yet.
Pour it on top of TOBS.
Don't open it yet.
Cheers, lads. Cheers.
First we must pray, and then we.
Let's pray.
Man,
Come on.
relax in it. Just even if you don't believe in God, just put up your hands and just.
I know there's a God now.
Bismillah. I'm about to recite the opening surah from the Quran. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alayhim ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Ameen.
Amen. 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 Now,
I mean, indeed.
GRIZZ, I know.
This is the opening surah of the Quran. It's made up of 7 verses, and it's a prayer that is used for guidance and mercy. I'm here today just to act and help my brother Saeed and all the other United fans, and I hope to try to guide them and show them that there is mercy in the Lord. They can come back. You know, we make mistakes. We're human. That's what we are. We're fallible. We're not angels. We're not perfect. Ten Hag, not perfect. Ten Hag's great coach.
10.
Well, he started off 10. But long night. And this prayer is just for guidance and mercy. So, you know, Saeed, I know you know it. Please, in your spare time, read it as much as you can. You're supposed to be reading it 5 times a day anyway in your prayers. We say that prayer every time you pray. But I'd say do obligatory prayers as well. Do more, do extra, do nothing, because it's for guidance and mercy. And maybe if someone's listening out there, they can sort of reach out to Ten Hag, because I'm here just to keep it basic and keep it humble. There was a lot of disrespect shown, I think, started from the fan base, and it emanated into the team and the manager. It felt like a lot of fan base. Saeed, not so particularly with me, but people have been sending me clips of his streams, like excessive. Going about what we're going to do, go to Anfield. There has been legendary coaches. Let me tell you, legendary coaches. Pep Guardiola, Carlo Ancelotti, Jose Mourinho, the great Alex Ferguson, Mikel Arteta, possibly the new Premier League manager, who have all spoken about the mythical Anfield and said, you need to be ready when you go there. You need to show respect. Arteta even played You'll Never Walk Alone from speakers in the training ground. Jose Mourinho said things happen there that you can't. Alex Ferguson openly spoke about, the greatest manager in your history, in your life, spoke about how things can go crazy and wild at Anfield. You need to control it. All of them used to show pragmatism when they went there, leading up to the game, in their team selections, in the tactics. Pep Guardiola, that famous video, what was it called? The documentary where he spoke about Salah, Mane, Anfield, where he's openly, physically about to be sick, thinking about Anfield. But this guy thought he was going to Utrecht or Vitesse Arnhem. He spoke about how it's just a ground, there's grass, and there's air in the ball. And there's a referee, and he named 3 or 4. Where did he think he was going? He has no experience of Anfield. So that prayer is for Ten Hag, and hopefully he will learn from this. And hopefully now he has experience of this is Anfield. Thank you very much.
That was beautiful. That was really beautiful.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
Where do we start, boys?
Thank you, brother Grizz.
6-1.
By the way, that is also, that prayer is used for guidance and mercy. It's also used when you're at a funeral as well. That's the first prayer you do at a funeral. So context is everything.
6-1 at City.
Hello.
6-1 at City. Who's ringing you now?
I'm live. I'll ask them. All right, do any of you man want anything from the shop? Because Martinez is still there.
Guy from
Anyone? No?
Tell him to buy a new cleaver. His old one's blunt.
We're good. Saliba says hello, though, yeah? Nice one. Thank you.
Saliba says hello.
Sorry, Matisse. Martinez interrupted our conversation.
How did you get connection? How did you get connection? Because I could have sworn Salah sent into the multiverse.
Well, I don't know what kind of SIM card he's using, my guy, but
Mad. Fair play.
He's got World Cup money.
Okay.
I don't know what to say. I mean, I've seen 6-1 at home to City. I've seen 6-1 at home to Tottenham. Worse. But 7-0 at Anfield. And the first half, they kept it respectful. That's what's so bad about this. They kept it respectful in the first half. It was only 1-0. How do you concede 7 fucking goals in one game with no response, with no retort, with no respect? Remember the respect campaigns that UEFA were running? You remember? Respect. Have respect for the crest. Have respect with chest. You had chest, brother. You had so much chest in what was it, a Thursday, Friday episode? And you have been warned so many times that football is a humbler. And every single time you are warned, you respond with more shamelessness, with more chest. And it's almost like the higher powers responded in this fixture. And they said, you know what? Hold that emphatically. Hold that tragically. Hold that drastically, my brother. Because I've never seen an arse whooping like that. I'm telling you, you summoned it. You actually summoned it this time. You pushed your luck too far. All those testings at the labs, all of those experiments you were running like Lilo and Stitch, all of those experiments, and not a single one of them worked. Not a single one of them worked, brother. You even had me out here giving you some propaganda for your team. I look like a fool. You set me up. You got me out here doing GTA side missions. What is wrong with you, bro? What is going on, bro? Last week, you lot were in the car park. You and KG. KG, who told me you was in a title race. KG, who said you was in a title race. You were in the car parks. You were pushing the trolleys. Not even paying £1. Yeah? And now, this week, come on, man. Insanity. What I just witnessed out there. Insanity. Noodles feasted. Gakpo took a shit. Mohamed Salah gave gifts like it was Christmas. Like it was fucking Christmas.
He's eating noodles. Yo, I just want to it's fitting because I actually wasn't looking forward to this Big Six, and I know we're probably going to cook Spurs later on, but I thought, you know what, another week of just piling on Tottenham. And then I saw that score, I said, wow, this is that doesn't even, you can't even call that a normal beating. This transcends your normal beating. GRIZZ, I believe everything happens for a reason. GRIZZ prayed for a reason. Why did he pray? Because that was not a natural, that was a supernatural beatdown. Yeah. That
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Beatdown.
That made non-believers believers. Go check the stats. My local imam told me there was a conversion rate of 70% Sunday night. That was from the heavens.
Bro.
How many times have we seen, how many times have we heard, and you guys probably don't know what he means when he says it, how many times I've heard my brother Saeed say, Ya Rabbi. Have you guys heard him say that?
Yeah.
That's what he says. And he said it 7 times Sunday night, the most he's ever said it in his life. So there's benefit, there's goodness in everything. Even though his team was getting waxed, he was still praising the Lord. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
I say Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Football is Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. My last point and my only point, I just want to speak to my good brother Saeed on this really, really like beautiful Monday evening about a certain number 10 or whatever number he wears. Mountain Wankhorst. That's what I want to ask. I want to speak about Mountain Wankhorst because I was seeing all sorts of slander from Man United fans on the timeline yesterday saying how bad this guy was, adding nothing to the team. What can he do right? What can he do right? And I'm like, wait. Surely not. Surely this can't be the same Wankhorst that Saeed has been telling me I don't know ball for, that I'm not watching. I don't want to give credit. I'm a hater. I'm X. I'm Y. I'm Z. Mountain Wankhorst. They're giving him credit for doing the bleep test. You're so bad at striker that they've now moved you to 10. You can't make final passes. You don't score goals. You're not incisive, but because you work hard and you give 1-2 layoffs, wow, that means TOBS is a hater. Mountain Wankhorst. If that is the standard that Man United fans are heralding and they're saying sign him up, the streets are fucking fried.
Do you not see the shades of Berbatov?
He's actually
absolutely fried.
He's actually
Saeed was having a go at me for when I said this is not Man United standard. This is nowhere near good enough. This guy is not good. If that's the standard, the streets are finished. That's all.
Tell me about that little rat Fernandez as well. I want to hear your thoughts on him. We've been told that Fernandez is now the leader of men, and he's part of this resurging Manchester United team. He's begging to come off yesterday. You're telling me about a resilient team that are now mentality monsters and United different. United built different. You're not built different. As soon as the going gets tough, your big men want to come off. Do you want to throw it back to when we slapped you 6-3? Varane goes, oh, me hamstring, I need to come off. And Fernandez, the same thing yesterday. What's that about? It's all fine and well when you're beating teams at home and everyone's saying that's great. Come to a big boy ground and show you're a big dog again. Era's come to an end. I can't believe that.
I think Mountain Wankhorst should be now replacing the Wall of China as the 7th wonder of the world. Surely. I think it's time now. Fantastic specimen of a man playing in that number 10 coming to Anfield. I just thought it was a sign of arrogance. I want to dedicate that win to some great number 7s. George Best, Eric Cantona, David Beckham, Cristiano Ronaldo, all amazing, great number 7s. I think special dedication. I just want to shout out all those great number 7s. Kenny Dalglish was his birthday. He was our number 7. Do you guys get it? The poetic justice is just... I'm a believer. I was a believer anyway, before my family killed me. But I'm more of a believer now. All these sevens are happening for a reason, man.
007 actually as well.
Klopp 7 year.
There was a lot of 007 talk.
Klopp 7 year curse. You know, people are going to HUGH soon, and you have to circle the Kaaba 7 times. You know, Mecca. This is all amazing. I've been in awe of Liverpool and what they achieved and what they've done. Nobody expected it. Nobody saw this coming. And Saeed should have seen these signs, man. Should have seen these signs. But this time,
how could you see these signs with the best centre-back pairing in the league?
this is the problem. This is the problem, Turkish. The best centre-back pairing in the league who hadn't conceded a goal in the Premier League. To be fair to them, it's still true. They didn't concede a goal. They conceded 7. So it's still factually correct. They had the best left back in Europe right now. So sure. Dallo. What do certain tacticos on Twitter call him? Attacking fullback. What's the word, Tobs? Our brother Culture Scam uses?
AF.
Yeah, brother. Shout.
Diego Dallo.
Yeah, they call them attacking fullbacks, as if it's a modern thing that they made up. It's not happened before. There's DMs. There's Cass, of course. David De Gea, who is probably the only keeper in world football that decides to make himself look smaller than bigger. Like, how do you do that? I wish.
Was it 8 shots on target, 7 conceded?
No, but for that last goal, Matisse, he made himself look smaller. Like, he shrunk in size. Like, I want to know what he's doing. I'm spending hella money on slim pills. I want to know what he's doing. I can do that shit. I don't need to waste money on diets and shit. How did he make himself look so small when
it's Anfield, man. It's Anfield did that to him. In the last 10 years, David De Gea has picked the ball out of his own net 36 times at Anfield. He's afraid of the place. He's afraid of the place.
Alhamdulillah.
That's just it. And you didn't show that place respect. I said to you in the last show, Saeed, I said it, listen, I get your chest and you've every right to feel confident and say, you know what, we're playing well. I think we can go there and give it a good rattle. But you took it to the next level. And I said to you, famous last words, because I was a little bit like you before we went there in November. I was kind of like, you know what, I think we're going to go there and make a bit of a statement. And we got beaten 1-0. No shame in that, but it's the toughest away ground in the league by far. You showed it no respect and you got humbled. Your club got embarrassed. You got embarrassed. And I think it's time you spoke on it.
I think before I let Saeed go, I just, football is a humbler, but just remember, if you don't show humility, football can also be a crumbler. And I think that's how I want to end it. Football is a crumbler.
The quadruple's off, I think. I think it's the conclusion as well. I think the quadruple's over.
Give me a second while I take this mask off you.
No problem. Take all the time you need, brother.
We can wait.
Yeah.
Anyone else you want to bring to the table? Weghorst, De Gea, Varane, Martin.
Luke Shaw and Varane, man. And you know what? No. In fact,
Anthony.
Yeah, but I don't even want to speak on that. I want to focus.
No, I don't. No. I don't want to forget about Anthony. I don't want to forget about Anthony.
Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, I don't want to forget about Anthony. I'm going to name some players for you. Okay? Quiz time. Connor Cody, Jack Colback, Levi Colwill, Steve Cook, Thiago Silva, Mark Gahey, Idris Gueye, Sven Botman, Yves Bissouma, Badashile, Anderson, Daniel Amate, Nathan Aki, Zinchenko, Kenny Tete, Christian Norgard, Allison. What have they all got in common?
More chances.
More goal contributions.
More chances created.
More chances created, I think, than Anthony.
More chances created than the circus act. That is Anthony, who was bought for
90 million.
90 million. Did you listen to some of those names on that list, including Allison?
I'm listening.
He hasn't created a chance. But you know what? You know when you spray the ball to him from the other pitch, he can click it with his other heel. Every time he does it so sweetly. That's what they paid for. That's what they paid for. Anthony.
I want to talk about the Butcher, man, because I got a lot of time for the Butcher and Varane. I think they've been fantastic this season for United, and I'm very much of the opinion that bad days can happen. It happens to really good players, but for some reason or another, when it's a player that I like, and this happens to Saeed is vocal. Saeed is sending so many messages in the chat. TOBS, look at Romero. He's this, he's that. All the while, I did not see a period in the second half where Lisandro wasn't put on his bum, going to ground every single time, getting pulled out of his position, getting pulled into wide areas. And when he was up against a guy in Mo Salah who had the beating of him, he had no answer. He got sent to the. As far as I was concerned, and what's mad is I actually thought Varane was worse. I thought Varane was hideous yesterday, but I just want to hear Saeed's take on seeing a quality defender get ragdolled, because when it was the World Cup and Romero got ragdolled against Saudi Arabia, Saeed was talking, and Romero went on to have one of the best campaigns for Argentina at centre back. But Saeed didn't care. He never cares. When it's someone else that doesn't play for Man United and they make a mistake, he's on them. So I want to hear Saeed give Lisandro, Varane, Luke Shaw, David De Gea, even Casemiro. I want him to give these guys the same vim that he gives other clubs.
Did you see that? Did you see that bit of breakdancing he was doing when Salah was on the wing?
Anthony as well. Work rate in the bin, garbage. Bruno and Anthony actually. Work rate in the fucking garbage. Away from home.
The Butcher got absolutely butchered.
Gone vegan, man. He's gone vegan.
Let me. We halaled him. We halaled him.
Never heard of a vegan butcher.
Vegan. The shop's closed in Manchester, Piccadilly. I've just gone today. Welcome, people. Welcome to the show.
Not just welcome people, welcome a record number of people.
Welcome a record.
12.9k in the. You know what, people? 12.9k in the building. Can we get to 7k likes? I think that
I think that's needed.
Come on.
For this special occasion, 7k likes.
Please, everyone, please. Bismillah and press the like.
Just for this moment here together, all of us as a happy community and family, we got to.
No. We're here together. There is no sense of splitting or targeting
in 7k.
We're here as a community. The big 6, 13k of us as well in the chat. We're here as a community, people. We're here to gather as a community.
Yeah.
Bismillah.
But before I we answer the questions, I've been off social media, been seeking therapy, and I've got a few words before we start the show, and some words I want to talk to the people. Today I feel empty. Today I feel distressed. Today I feel despondent. Today I feel miserable. Today I feel humbled. I've been reading this poem from no, it's not a joke, man. I've been reading this poem by Betsy A. Riley. You should go read it. The poem is called Going On. It says, "We are the survivors. We have looked death in the eye and gone on, seemingly untouched. But do not think we are unaffected. Do not call us unlucky, for we are injured, each of us, in different ways. We bear our scars inside our hearts and our minds. It may be decades before we realize the extent of the damage. And it may never heal. We have been changed in ways we may not know. Our life paths have been altered, often without our consent or awareness. There is no undoing. There is no undoing the change. We are different now. Some of us more than we once were. Some are less, sadly or not. But we are still survivors. We shall go on. That's from Betsy A. Riley.
Beautiful. Wonderful. Beautiful, kind words needed at a time like this.
Can we have your words now? Not Betsy's or whoever the fuck.
All right, Shakespeare. Let's talk about the game now.
My words are, Anfield's a humbler. And you know what? I fucked up. We got fucked up. We were naive, thinking that we could just rock up. And I was looking at
How many times have I heard
Fabinho.
this story?
I was thinking to myself, we've got this midfield. We've got Virgil van Dijk. We've got Trent.
Every fucking year.
I think we have everything. I'm thinking to myself, this is it now. This is our time. But little did I know, man, this Anfield, this place that I've seen Salah take his top off more times than I've seen him score goals. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. And I'm not here to gaslight. People can do that. People can say, oh, well, Liverpool are shit. I'm not here for that. I have well and truly been humbled. And we were dog shite. Liverpool absolutely annihilated us. I can't remember the goals, people. I've not watched the highlights, but I can't remember the goals.
Do you want me to describe them to you?
No, it's okay. I watched them. I've watched it 7 times. I'm here for you.
Yeah.
Every goal.
I don't remember the goals. They came at me. Bang, bang, bang. Honestly.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, in the second half, you know, we scored every 7 minutes. So you probably didn't get a chance to. You didn't even get a chance to compose yourself.
No, I didn't get a chance to just relax.
You
Like,
game mad. You scored, and then what? Oh, they've scored again.
I wanted
and then you have your feet, go around the table, go around your room, come back. What? Again, every 7 minutes, we scored 6 goals in the second half.
I wanted to, you know, when you forfeit on FIFA, I thought it was a game. You could just forfeit. You know, you just do that on, you know, end this now. Horrible. And you know what? The players disgrace every single one of them. Disgrace, mate. The manager got it absolutely wrong, horribly wrong. Naive to think that you could press them all in once and then have holes everywhere. Defensively, awful. Lisandro Martinez, fucking hell, mate. Disaster class. Varane, Dalot, every single player. No leadership, nothing that I've seen in the past few months. Nothing. All gone out the window. And you know what? It's going to take me a while to get over this, man. I've never seen this before. This is history, man. The worst. I thought I'd seen 5-0. 5 flipping 0. Right in front of my eyes. I thought that was over now. Thought the days were over. 6-3, okay. We had a little bit of a fight back second half. This one, no fucking fight back, man. And I'm not here, like I said, man. I'm not doing this copium. I'm not doing all of that bullshit. You can hear that from other people. I'm coming on here as a United fan and saying that is unacceptable, man. And I hope Ten Hag, A, looks at himself first, but B, certain players in that team gets them and said, listen, man, that cannot happen again. That cannot happen again. Bro, I can't see this shit again, man. And why is it again? Us. How many flipping times? 5-0 batterings. Bro, like, you know, there's people that get battered and that. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's their little. I'm not doing that fetish thing, man. Like, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. Bro, I can't lie, man. Gakpo, man. Gakpo. Fucking hell, mate. Why did you turn up today? Oh, yesterday, sorry.
You're always on the front. You're always on the front. You're always on the front line. I am very intrigued to see if my brother Cams will be so apparent and so active in live chats in the coming days, weeks, because you know I want to see him. I want to see him. I want to see him. I want to see him.
I actually want
is that big 6 extra.
I actually want. No, do you know what, Tobs? I actually want Culture Scam. I actually want to see him and praise him, and I want to thank him because ever since he's opened up his mouth, Salah has risen.
He said that he apologized to Salah and they made up.
Oh, he gonna apologize. He must.
He must.
He gonna apologize. He must.
Yeah.
Mohamed Salah.
You know what?
Mohamed Salah,
Nothing works,
33
Do you know what?
goals. 33 goals and no. Please
Yeah.
don't show disrespect because you know what happens, innit? When we show disrespect, we all learned as together as a family. Okay. Mohamed Salah, 33 goals and assists in 37 games for a Finnish player. Mohamed Salah now is the first player in Europe's top 5 divisions to score 20 plus goals and provide 10 assists since all competitions, across all competitions in 2023. Every time we, you, and the footballing community ask a question of him to rise, he rises. Please stop the Mohamed Salah slander. I'm not going to force you guys like last time to call him world class because certain man's got offended and really angry. He was forcing it down my throat. Nah, I ain't about that life. I'm the community man. I've learned my lessons. I'm very humble. If you don't want to rate him, you rate him. But please don't disrespect because I'm out here enforcing disrespect. That's all I'm doing today. I'm not looking to cook anyone, bash anyone, because I'm not only looking at Saeed, I'm looking at the rest of you lot disrespecting Mohamed Salah. So just don't disrespect him because community man will put the war hat on and life's different.
But you know what? I think, like I said, man, we got it horribly wrong. Liverpool took advantage fully. And you know what, man? Just the idea that you got in our box. How many times did you say, Grizz, got in our box?
This is no word of a lie. There's no word of a lie. 77 times.
77.
77 times. We broke the record of entering the box.
Yeah, I think Ten Hag got it wrong.
You entered the box. You impregnated them is what you did.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go that far.
Yeah, I'll go that far because it was that far. It was 7.
Family man.
It was
Family
that far.
man.
Yeah, no, it's 10:47. I'm going that far. 7. Shit. Here we go again. I mean, it was only a week ago. They were ringing my phone. Rance was ringing me. Yes, Rance, my brother. Big up to you. Ringing my phone. I'm telling you, you guys are lucky I wasn't doing that watch along for this game because I would have been ringing everybody's phones. All of you. It couldn't have happened to a better fan base. I can't lie. You guys did need this. This settled you down. It calmed you down. I think you got the trophy last week. It was a great victory. You had a good run. But this is just something to just compress, condense, control the crowd. You know what? You know when the police show up and the crowd is getting a bit too rowdy outside the concert? They're singing, chanting, you know what I mean? Champions and all that to the Newcastle fans. Fuck off home. This is just a nice condenser. It's needed just to calm everybody in, just to bring everybody down, back to earth. And then you go again. If I'm to analyze this game properly, I do think one half is a tale of two halves, literally. And I do believe that it's just a flash in the pan. I'm not expecting you guys to go on a run of bad results. I think Ten Hag is furious. I think he's almost shocked. He couldn't believe what happened. I know tactically he got some things wrong. I didn't really understand playing Bruno off the left when everybody was like mouth watering around Rashford versus Trent. I was looking forward to it. Everybody was looking forward to it. Harvey Elliott played on the right side of midfield in a 3. There's been question marks about him defensively. Does he help Trent enough? It was all set up for what was meant to be a great spectacle. But, you know, he decided to go with moving people around in different areas. And that Liverpool midfield that we've given so much heat to, and rightly so, you know, Fabinho and Henderson, these guys, they walked all over you. They really did.
Harvey Elliott was excellent.
They walked all over you, and I think the reason why this defeat is even more embarrassing is because it's this Liverpool team. This Liverpool team that we're talking about, you know, need to go through a rebuild, and this Liverpool team that have massively underachieved this season, and this Liverpool team that have got Real Madrid to play at a deficit. This Liverpool team that I went to Anfield in my worst season, and we got a 0-0, and I was disappointed. But I'm starting to feel like I should be thanking everybody for that point, because I would rather I honestly take this result. I don't know how you feel about this, Saeed. I don't know how you feel.
Yeah,
I feel like this type of defeat is more than 3 points lost. I feel like when you lose that badly and it gets no, it's not even just goal difference. I would actually rather lose 2 games 1-0 than lose like that against my nearest rival. If Tottenham slapped me up 7-0 or Arsenal, I swear to God, I don't know what I would do. I genuinely don't know what I would do. Like, it's more than
that's
3
the problem,
points.
though.
It hits so hard. I saw your review.
Yeah.
It hits. It's more than 3 points. It's awful, bro.
Because it's the biggest game, bro. It can be regarded as the biggest game in the world. It's one of the biggest games in England. You know what I mean? And I just think for me, there was this idea that I feel like I was just massively disappointed in Ten Hag. And yes, the players I'm equally disappointed, but you know, Ten Hag's meant to be the one that steadies the ship. And I just thought the game plan wasn't it. You know, you're not going to get any penetration from Bruno Fernandes on the left-hand side. You've got one big weapon in Rashford. You've seen it with Vinny. And I'm not trying to compare the Real Madrid team to Man United, but they used the outlet wisely. And Vinny
Played
was
like a weapon
cooking
too.
Trent. Yeah, exactly. And he was cooking Trent. We didn't do that. You're not going to get... I'm sorry, but Rashford is not going to do anything against two juggernauts, whether you think Van Dijk's not in the best of form or not, in two physical specimens in Konate and Van Dijk. You've got to go on the outside. We didn't do that. When we were pressing, it was all over the place. I mean, what is Dalot doing? Going charging out when you've left, I don't know, Fred behind you. So I'm sorry, that was all over the place. But I just look for once for Ten Hag's in-game tactics so far, when I've watched him, have been very, very good. And I praise him for that. And a lot of you guys have praised him for that. When to make the right substitutions. Today, no. Like, for me, no. Like, bringing on McTominay, that for me, I didn't understand that.
It made it worse. It made it worse.
Sorry? But that's what I'm saying to you. And then, obviously, he kept on Anthony. That, again, he wasn't having the best of games. Again, I want more from Anthony. I'm not going to come in and start saying Anthony's been brilliant. I want more. I've been saying that from day one. It just, again, I just think going to Anfield and going toe-to-toe rather than just sitting back, being compact, and then hitting them on if you're going to do the break. That one would have worked better for the long term of the game, but we didn't. And then we got there was a massacre. It was an absolute massacre. And at one point, I didn't think Ten Hag would change it. And that's what I'm disappointed with.
It was total, and this is probably, for advertising, it was total carnage on that pitch. It was mad in that second half. I couldn't believe what I was seeing as well, even as a Liverpool. As soon as I saw your lineup, do you remember we were doing the predicted lineups on your show, and I was genuinely baffled how Wan-Bissaka hasn't started instead of Dalot. Yeah. And I thought Sabitzer going to start in midfield. You're going to go 3-on-3 in midfield. Give us your hardest working midfielders. And you know what I mean? What top is he wearing? He's changed his top, people. There you go. He's changed his top.
What's going on? Listen, let me talk to these people, bro.
He's changed his top.
Go on.
Listen,
It's a Valencia top now.
Why is he wearing an England top?
What's going on with Mo Salah right now? When his stocks were low, I said I'm going to invest. I said I'm going to lift this guy up. I said, listen, Salah, me and you can squash whatever's going on. And now look, Salah's on form. Salah's rising. So anything that GRIZZ is saying, I feel responsible for what
No, I said to you, I want to thank you.
The thing is, and the worst thing is, GRIZZ messaged me when I did it on Twitter, and I said, listen, his stocks are low. I'm riding with Salah now, man. That's my guy now. So, listen, I take full responsibility for what's going on with Mo Salah. I invested stocks. The rest of it, hey, Saeed, you're on your own, bro. You're on your own. Don't think about me. Goodbye.
Love.
It's on tomorrow, right?
There you go. Man, they got proofs in the pods. Is that one of
proof in the hoods? Yeah, proof in the hoods. I remember that.
He's changed his top already.
I call him calcium cams, man. Strong bones, man. Strong.
Man. No, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's like I said.
But I was just gonna very quickly say, as soon as I saw the lineup, I thought Ten Hag is deluded here if he thinks he's gonna play Weghorst in the 10 and play
it was arrogant.
Rashford.
It was definitely arrogant.
It was arrogant. It was absolutely 100%. Arrogant.
And the players looked arrogant as well.
I bigged him up because I think
arrogant because I thought Weghorst was that good.
Nah, Tobs. Do you know what? They thought that was a pick. Like he picked Anthony on the right or wide right, and then Bruno. He tried to fit everyone in. I thought he was going to play Sabitzer, Fred, and Casemiro in midfield, and they played Bruno off the right.
Yeah. Okay.
Away from home, man. No big 6 wins, man.
I just told you, all those big teams and all those big managers always play different when they come to Liverpool. They all openly admit it. I told you, this guy thought he's going to Utrecht.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that naivety, I think, he's going to learn, and I think he will learn. But
he's going to learn.
Time, 100% he's going to learn.
This is a learner. This is a learner.
Yeah, this is a learning curve.
Football's a learner.
Go. Yeah, well, football is a learner, man. Football's a humbler, man. You just don't do what you do. And then after that, let the players figure itself out. It was an absolute calamity, especially, and I'm not making excuses here. They have played a lot of games. So for you then to expect that from the players, that set of tactics, well, you're asking for too much, man. Casemiro was awful. Listen, people can say he's injured, yeah, but I'm sorry, man. I'm expecting a lot for Casemiro. The passes he was doing, that's not injury, man. That was just all, he was all out at sea. Yes, the injury, it might have affected certain other things, but the passing, he was just wayward. I think he was watching UFC with you Turkish last night, man. I'm telling you, man. He weren't on it. He weren't on it, man. And I think ultimately, we've paid the price. This for me is gonna live with me for a long time. Even if we go to Anfield next season, and we win, bro, 7-0. What are you saying? We win at Old Trafford, 7-0, 5-0. Bro, this is a lot of... Bro, it's a cricket score, that. It's a cricket score. We're actually playing cricket here.
Do you ever see yourself having chest to go into Anfield in the next season or the season?
Bro,
after?
the future, you never know. But right now...
This guy!
Okay.
Don't
Never change, Saeed. Never change.
No. Because again, you never know, man. But I'm saying, I'm humbled. I'm humbled.
Listen,
No, you're not.
I feel.
What the street saying? One humbling at a time.
Bro, it's not humbled, bro. Next season, if they're top of the league next season, yeah, and Ten Hag's working his magic, and they've got Anfield next, Saeed is going to cook the same way going to Anfield.
But like we've spoken about their dead club and their back and whatever. Can
we give some respect? Yes, to Gakpo
can we
and
show
to
some
Nunes.
respect to Liverpool, please?
Yes. Yes, we will.
Rise.
I think it was the big sign. It was the big sign that there's still something special there at Liverpool that can be uncovered again. They're not finished. There's still something.
I know we
there.
cuss Man United. They're playing great football. They were in a momentum.
No, but they are not. But they are not where they thought they were. They are nowhere near where they thought they were. A couple wins together, they win a Carabao Cup, and all of a sudden they think they're world beaters. They are not.
What have I been saying? I agree, but we're not where everyone thinks we are as well. So we've never been the greatest, and we've never been the worst. There's still life. You know that meme going around? You should have killed me. You should have killed me when you had a chance.
Yeah,
you understand?
My point.
You fucked up. You fucked up. We're the wrong team.
I fucked up. I fucked up. Let me be completely honest. I fucked up.
Go for it.
I said Liverpool fans should stop thinking about top four. That the season ain't looking good, bruv, and you guys ain't gonna respond. You're lifeless. I've pressed your chest many a time, and I ain't seen no life. So I said, brother, come and sit down with us mid-table. I said, you'll never walk alone. Come sit next to me. And they said, no, we ain't sitting next to you, brother. We're walking away. And fair play. I didn't really want to read too much into the Everton game, the Newcastle game, and I feel like maybe rightly so after what happened against Madrid. But shit.
That's 5. I just want to repeat. 5 Premier League clean sheets in a row, 13 points out of 15. I believe, unless someone corrects me in the chat, please let me know. I think only Arsenal have won more games in a row this season. Now that's 4 victories in a row.
This is the game. This is the game where I learned. Yeah, they're not there.
I'm not sure. Hughie, have City won more than 4 games in a row this season?
Yeah, I think we have.
Premier League. No, I don't think you have.
Not Premier League, no.
Yeah. So hold tight.
Not good news, man. I can't lie.
We're 7 unbeaten right now in a row. 7.
Did you draw Palace?
They did draw to Palace, yeah. But they're on. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. You drew to Palace, didn't you?
Yeah, they drew to Palace. No,
maybe he said unbeaten. Did
you? You mean unbeaten? Not winning. Yeah, I think he said unbeaten. No.
Are you looking at me?
Yeah.
Don't look at me.
Nah, he can't mean unbeaten. He can't mean unbeaten.
Nah, I think it's
13 points out of 15. 13 points out of 15.
Yeah, 4 wins in 5, is it?
4 wins in 5 and 1 draw.
Still good.
Yeah. It's good. It's a massive improvement, by the way.
Yeah,
what they were on.
It's I think.
Well, Rashford didn't touch the ball in our half until the 30th minute, 29th minute.
The thing is, I feel like the one thing which I'm sort of jealous of is, even though Liverpool have won games recently, they haven't looked fluent. But the game against United, they look, even in the first half, I thought United probably edged it in the first half.
Nah. Fake news.
Wait.
Fake news.
Chill.
No, today's not chilling, bro. I've done my praise.
I ain't trying to slate you.
They've worn off.
I'm trying to say that.
Off.
I'm trying to say that in the second half, I feel like you, man, really showed them like, yo, this is actually Anfield. And when I say you, man, I feel like nothing epitomized that more than Gakpo as well. I know it was poor defending from Varane, but I thought Gakpo was really, really good, man. And his finishing, I mean, we've always said it, right? We've always said in front of goal, this guy's a demon, but bro, like seeing it evidenced, his finishing is a joke thing. It's a joke thing. Left foot, right foot. You put this guy in a position to score, he scores. And I've got to give props again. I know he didn't have maybe like an amazing game, but I've got to give props to Darwin Núñez again. This is what, like 4 goals in these last 4 games. I mean, if you're saying that Liverpool are resurgent and GRIZZ is talking about a run in form, etc., then you would look at Núñez as one of the players that are spearheading that uptick in form.
If I may have about 30 seconds of your time. Darwin Núñez has 14 goals and 4 assists in 1900 minutes. 14 goals and 4 assists. Sancho, Grealish in double the minutes. So Sancho has 10 goals and 4 assists in double the minutes, and Grealish has 9 goals and 10 assists in 5,000 minutes. Anthony, not even worth talking about. Richarlison, we're not even talking about. All the others we're not going to talk about. So Darwin Núñez, in the least amount of minutes, all the players I mentioned, Richarlison, Anthony, Sancho, Grealish, Darwin Núñez in his first season that humans were judging off a compilation video and noodles. My noodles gone cold. They were too spicy for me. I sent them back. I can't be dealing with them. 14 goals and 4 assists. Some respect, man. That's all. I'm here for respect today, nothing else. I ain't targeting no one. That's just a general for everyone.
I think Grizz, the criticism comes from the fact that we've actually watched the games and he has stunk in a lot of Liverpool matches this season. And it's not like people, obviously you get your trolls who will just dig him out on purpose. Like, I have no reason to dig up Darwin Núñez. I spoke openly when he signed that I thought he's going to be a good player for you. Right, but in the end of the day, this guy has given people enough reason to criticize him because his performances for Liverpool in one too many matches this season has not been good enough, and his performance in front of goal has not been good enough. When he's actually starting to put the ball in the back of the net, and he's giving you the usual threat that he gives you outside of scoring, you see now that people are giving him more criticism. I mean, giving him more plaudits. They're giving him more praise. Is that fine?
It's fine. If you don't think he stunk out the gaff, I think there's about 2 or 3 games that he stunk out the gaff. In other games, I think he's been effective. A forward is all about efficiency and being effective. If a forward, according to me, if he's a forward in my team, I want him output. I want output. I don't want him looking pretty, doing drag backs, flicking off. Did you see that flick he done in the 60th minute where he took out 2 players with 1 touch? I don't give shit. I want stats. I want numbers. I want output. You know why? Because that's what I've been used to with our front 3. Our front 3 has been output, stat padding, call it what you want. And if he's going to make us rise again, he's got to follow in the footsteps of people like Mane, Salah, who are output merchants. So 14 goals and 4 assists. I salute you, Darwin. Right there. You understand? Right there, my brother. And Salah with a 7-pack. You understand? You better understand.
No, that second Gakpo goal though, I can't lie.
Cold.
It's cold.
That was De Gea.
Cold, man.
6'4" or something.
Very cold.
Dropped him to his knees and just went, that was Coutinho vibes. Do you remember Coutinho scored against you lot like that?
Very cold, man.
Yeah. I feel.
I feel. All right, listen. What is it? 55 minutes in. That's probably the longest cooking we've had on the show.
Now we done Toby 1 hour.
I think Toby spoke for half of that, to be fair. Cooking himself.
Talking rubbish. You man cooked me to smithereens after the North London derby. You brought my
It was 1 hour.
What are you talking about?
But Matisse is right. For half of it, you spoke.
To go through, so this one's going to be a bit extended anyway. And there's a hell of a lot of super chats because I've got 73 saved and I've probably missed about 30, 40. People were sending super chats an hour and a half before the show started.
Yeah,
just,
man.
just a heads up, people. I
Superchat
can't
wars,
say
man.
super chats. I can't say super chats that come in an hour and a half before the show, maybe 5 minutes before, but an hour and a half, it is mad. Should I start getting onto the super chats, or does anyone want to mention?
Go on. Yeah,
We must for the benefit of the show. We must.
Yeah, we must.
You know,
We have 7 minutes. 7 minutes.
We must. By the time we end the super chats, let's get to 7K likes. We're on 6.3. I think 7,
come on.
7K is the number, people. If you haven't hit the like button, make sure you hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the man, then make sure you subscribe to the man. Then all channel links are below. HUGH, Saeed, GRIZZ, TOBS, and MATISSE, as well as Skull Thuggery. Make sure you show some love because that intro from Skull was a masterpiece. 3 minutes long. And there's a certain limit on StreamYard as well. I don't know how he's going to fit it in, but he managed to do it, people. And we move. Let me start with this super chat because it's just come in, so it's just.
I knew you were gonna do that.
I think we need to talk to HKN as well. I think we need to talk to HKN. God. It's been a bit, you know, it's been a bit Saeedish recently with the super chats.
Oh, God.
Hold your head up, Saeed. It was embarrassing, but it was one game and we're still ahead of everyone besides Arsenal and City. And we have won a trophy. Quick question, Saeed. Would you rather, if I could ask you now, in the next week, would you rather win the League Cup? No, would you rather have not won the League Cup and not got smoked like that against Liverpool? Or are you League Cup, yeah?
Yeah.
You know, the 7-0 goes down more in history than the League Cup.
For me, if football's about trophies, then that's what it's about, isn't it? That, you know what I mean? So,
I hear it.
Fair. I think deep down you don't really mean that, but we move.
That's what the question's about, isn't it? It's not what I mean, it's what I say.
Fair enough. Let's go back to the start. Milo says, if Saeed leaves alive, I will unsubscribe.
Shut up, I'll leave alive. How about that? Mama's wishing death for me. What's going on?
Nick says, yo, Saeed, bro, we are front line. We wear our heart on our sleeve when it comes to United. I always give GRIZZ Khan a hard time when Liverpool lose, but I will hold this one. Saeed never change.
Come on, man.
Just wanted to apologize to GRIZZ for calling his club finished on last week's Big Six, just for them to finish inside my club.
That is crazy.
Lord Jesus.
Yeah. Brother, go back to the start of the show and read that prayer.
Well, you man were talking about entering the box 77 times and all that. I was just listening to that, boy.
I feel like mine was more discreet, to be fair.
Yeah, we said pause, man. We said pause.
I feel like mine was more discreet.
When you say pause, it's funny, man.
I'm learning, innit, brother? I'm learning.
TOBS and Big Six. Please put your hands together for Skull Thuggery because Saeed is getting annihilated left, right, and center today. Scenes and HUGH, as citizens, we are good today. Come on, my guy. Love for all the super chats that are coming in as well. I might whiz past some. Love for the love, but like I said, 70 plus. We're coming up to an hour in. Tosin says, I'm here for a high quality roast session. Football is a humbler. And Devin says, almost a perfect weekend the Arsenal could have hoped for. Shout out to the best centre-backs, left-back and DM in the world. John Wayne in the building. What did I tell you? You can bet your house on a Saeed XH. Bracket expected humbling. Man, says, people like Saeed, all United fans are labelled as... I'm going to stop you there because United fans are generally cocky. It's not because of Saeed. United fans are generally cocky. And I grew up in that big rivalry, United and Arsenal. So I wouldn't put down Saeed. I feel we're building something good under Ten Hag, but thinking we could slap Liverpool at home is not the arrogance that the majority of United fans show. Depends who you know. A lot of United fans were confident. Not as confident as Saeed was, but they were confident.
No. Saeed was just front line patch. There was others that were chatting bare was, man. Get out of here. They already know who they are, man. I don't even want to give them the time of day. So it's not Saeed, man. Saeed's front line. Saeed's a brother, man. He's showing his passion and energy. There was others that were just totally being disrespectful. Matisse, do you know what it is? They were saying nasty things, stupid things that can get you in trouble as well. So, you know what I mean? I'm talking about dumb people. People like Saeed, frontline passion, we're here, man. It is what it is.
It's a whole army, you know, and like every time they shove Saeed to the front and they say, you get shot first. Well, it's a whole army, man. It's a huge army.
Front line.
Massive.
It's a whole army. Sam says, sod the celebration police. Someone needs to call the actual police. We witnessed a massacre. The rude gentleman says, a wise boss man once said, football is a humbler. It was my team that got their cheeks clapped like a standing ovation. What rhymes with heaven? You know the rest. Maurice, big up the panel. Great pod. I'm here for my boy Saeed. Don't worry, my guy. We got your back. It's the only trophy they're getting. Saeed and his panel of man them try disrespecting Anfield again. Feel the burn in your tongue when you mention Anfield forever in your lives. Anfield is a humbler. That's from Deep Learning Simplified. Mr. BP, Salah put Pat Butcher in a blender. United are definitely back. GRIZZ, please say my team hasn't come in peace, bro, again.
He knows, man. He knows. My team didn't come in peace, man.
Best centre defensive mid in the league, best centre back pairing, best on form player Thrashed, best pressing horse from the Carabao Cup. 7-up. Now square. Saeed, you and the Butcher got carved and served. Talk nice about my centre backs now. Ash says too much Ten Hag United gas recently. They've conceded more than Bournemouth away from home. One win away from home versus the top 12. Same points as Ole in 2021 with a better squad. Interesting. Jay Mills says, Saeed, I've heard Grizzly Chicken Shop is offering free bottles of 7-Up for United fans. Join the queue, people. Join the queue. Listen, 7-Up shares have probably gone up over the last 24 hours. And I ain't even joking. I don't even like 7-Up, but this one tastes quite good still.
Bro, the normal one finished, didn't it? I had to get the sugar-free one.
Yeah, that's the one I've got. I think it might be better than the original still.
100. We on that, bro.
Yeah, this one's a bit dead, but I thought I'd get it anyway from Joe.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Yeah, we on that. We on that, man. We on that. Yeah. Get out of here with your Pepsi.
That Pepsi down, man.
Where are we?
I'm surprised you ain't got Carabao energy drinks lined up in your house, man.
Nah, man. They don't sell it around here.
That's what hypes you lot up, man. You had one energy drink. Look at you staying up all night and shit, chatting was.
Saeed and all other United fans, you got some bad karma for real. You got to learn not to talk too much. Be humble. This is happening time and time again. Hold back. Big up Jason. Become a member today of the channel. Just when I thought Cyril Garn's performance was embarrassing, golly, 7-0. You have a Carabao Cup. Have some dignity. So mad. Down the drain. Craig, you went to Anfield and got clapped 7 times. 3 man legit took turns and 1 did a testimonial at the end. Brazzers can't even write this stuff. Don't ease up on this Dutch roasting. Eric Teabag needs to pay for his sins. Man got dunked on by both Pep and Klopp. Ten Hag, know your place, you jabroni.
What's a jabroni?
No, you don't know about the Rock and
Come on, that's it, man. Come on.
Come on.
You know what, man?
Jabroni. That's heritage, man.
That's real heritage there. I can't even lie. Braxton says, we're taking this Highline to Anfield and we're going to annihilate Van Disney. In quotes, are you mad? Classic line. Big up Aston over in the US. Don't you ever say Saliba and Gabriel's name again. Delete them from your vocabulary. Best centre-back pairing in the league with a goal difference of 6. Learn to walk before you run. Dogs among doctors, son. Pray for Lissandro. GRIZZ should be thanking United for giving them something to cheer about this season. How many points are you behind United? 7.
You already know.
Is that an Arsenal one? That's an Arsenal one. We'll save that for Arsenal. Lissandro escorted Salah into the box and then let him through like Salah was entering VIP. With it says Peg Hard's team perpetually pinballing in their penalty box. Pounding was prescribed, unpreventable. Precarious plays, plenty of passing to the opposition. No penetration. You can read the rest, people. You can read the rest. I hope now United fans see what Bruno is all about, says Gareth. Petulant, childish acts. He acts like this in every game. How he doesn't get booked ever is ridiculous. Dirty, cynical, overrated, never, ever world class. Real ball talk. Today's show is going to break all big 6 streaming numbers. Good luck, Saeed. Gonna need it, bro. Love to my G Turkish and all the man them. Come on, my guy. Hope you're well, man. Hope all of you guys over there are well. Saeed was laughing with TOBS making the 7 jokes, bro. Worried about the wrong 7. Milo says absolute gold on the watch along. Looking pensive at 4-0. Life is a humbler. Maybe I should be humble. Maybe I can't have energy anymore. Was that the questions you was asking yourself on the watch along?
Yeah, I was just checking in it. Life. I was just, pondering life, eh? That's what they say.
Pondering. Blue Moon says, Saeed, you're getting cooked mainly for being the only red online And D, I know you're watching. Tell your bro while going with 7. United back where they belong. HKN and United fans were talking up 3-4-0. Ten Hag's army were coming only to hold 7. We can all agree that no fan base deserved this humbling more. As an Arsenal fan, thank you, GRIZZ, Teta, and Liverpool for humbling these United fans. The only apt comparison for Weghorst I want to hear is Shrek, because that ogre was sent back along with United to his swamp in the mud. The Eric Ten Hag era has finally begun. Saeed is the most deluded United fan of all time. Big up, GRIZZ. You are the best person on the Big Six show, and that comes from Saeed's best friend. So I don't know where you got that username, but yeah. It ain't about how hard you're hit. It's about how you can get hit and move forward. Saeed, we move. GRIZZ, I promise you, we will get you back for this.
Is that a threat?
Where can we start with overhyped players? Inflated Armand Traore at left back, Sri Lankan Yunus Kabul, the miniature Funes Mori or Diogo Debussy. Sai says 7 Hag is overrated, did not win any big games away from home, lost the game after subs against Arsenal, puts Rashford up front against Liverpool, best defenders instead of having him play against Trent Alexander-Arnold. Listen, people, I can still see super chats coming in. I'm going to be real with you. You might as well stop now, because I've got enough here and I'm not even going to get through these ones. So the ones that are coming in now, the chat's flying so much. Firstly, I'm missing them. Secondly, we ain't got the time for it. I still got a lot to get through here. People, apologies if your chat doesn't get read out, but you know what it is. The cooking has to come first. The debate has to come first. SC Gunnar says, in one game, United has threatened the Prem's reputation as best league in the world. Wow. For shame, Saeed. Big up SC Gunnar. This time we've got Saeed's secret admirer. He was best friend before. If we want to keep talking about 7, Liverpool are 7 points behind United, still in the mud.
Liverpool still in the mud.
Apparently they got a lot of love for you, Saeed.
Wow, 7K likes. Shit.
We've hit 7K likes.
Shit.
Yeah. It just makes sense, people. It just makes sense, man. Well, here's another cheers, man. 7K likes. Cheers. 7 up. We move.
Damn.
We move.
These men are so serious, fam.
Yeah, out the window or something, Saeed, man.
So life, isn't it?
We call that 7-0 a trophy loss.
This is a joke.
Make it 8K, guys, please. Can we make it 8K?
No.
Nah, leave it at 7.
Yeah, stop liking. Stop liking.
Yeah, leave it at 7. Yeah.
Guys, like the video.
Actually leave it there for the end, so it looks nice. Yeah,
like the
nice.
video, man.
Like the video,
Love the show, Gunnar from down under. I'll tell that United fan to show his face like a man, just like when he was talking out of his arse. Saeed's here, man. He's here.
I'm here.
7-Up stock must have gone through the roof, and Saeed, you're shameless. Wait, 7-Up stock must be off the roof, and Saeed, you're shameless. Like most United fans coming here, disrespecting everyone, covering your face in defeat. Be a man and do the right thing. This super chat is dedicated to Skullfuggery. Fantastic edit, and Martinez going to heaven killed me. Big up Skullfuggery each and every time. And you know what? I'm going to actually say it now. Big up Saeed as well, because right at the beginning, Matisse said, why didn't you take the watch along down? Why did Listen, Saeed, football's a humbler, but Saeed, look, he's here. He showed his face and he kept the video up. And
come on.
He knew what was coming and he didn't put any roadblocks in the way. So big up Saeed for that one. Big up Saeed. Rivals getting on Chelsea's terrible month. 1-2, they didn't even concede 7 in that period of time. They really called that a historic loss. They really called that historic loss a blip. Eras do come to an end. United's era with Eric 7 Hag lasted 3 months, just like the title race lasted 3 days. New way to count 7. Gakpo, Nunes, Gakpo, Salah, Nunes, Firmino. Listen, let me pick out... where are we? 1 hour, 10 minutes. Let me pick out a few more. I didn't know that the Butcher also did lawn care service on the side. As an Arsenal fan, I pray that Saka grows into Salah's levels. Big up South London's finest, always promoting the show. True servant and legend. Subscribe and like on the way to 90K. Come on, Big Steve, obviously in the building. Salah took his top off more times than Toby the oyster.
I don't know what that means.
Saeed TV, 7 letters. Glazers, 7 letters. Anfield, 7 letters. Humbler, 7 letters. Butcher, 7 letters. Turkish, 7 letters. Letters, 7 letters.
Wow.
Whoa.
And it's a £7 super chat.
Wow.
You know, someone said in the chat, yeah. Someone said
He's
in the
having a
chat
good
that I
time,
should change. Someone said in the chat, yeah, I should change this this number
To
to
7.
7. Oh my god, it's crazy.
That is mad.
It is mad. Where are we? Joshua says Spurs have conceded 1 less goal than United this season. United's defense is level with Emerson, Perisic, Davies, Lenglet, and Romero, and they're telling us they have the best defense in the league. Next joke, please. Joshua says the 7 stages of Saeed's cooking. Add Gakpo, garlic, Nunez, onions, Salah salt, Firmino, fennel. Leave overnight to marinate, then roast at gas mark 7 in the big 6 oven. Delicious, bro.
Wonderful
Crazy with these
super
super chats, aren't they?
Wonderful super chat.
Yeah, man. Listen, how long they spending on these? You know,
But they're taking their time, man. They're really. I mean, your poetry is inspired a whole heap of new writers in the chat.
Lessons, you know, I might make my channel poetry lesson. Forget football. We did do poetry. You know,
give it a go, my guy. Who knows? Who knows? This Anfield hype is a joke, says Hala Madrid. Liverpool's a pressing team. Teams need to copy Real Madrid and just soak up the pressure, and they'll run out of steam. Klopp has never beaten Madrid and never will.
Copying Madrid.
Get out of here, man.
Asking poor Brentford and Brighton to copy Real Madrid.
Be like,
Modric.
play like Madrid.
Oh,
play like
Jesus.
Madrid.
Copy Madrid.
Oh, if we all just copy Madrid, hey?
Let's all become Real Madrid. Get out of here, man. We invited you anyway. It's like Premier League.
Why didn't I think of this before? Just copy Real Madrid.
Why didn't I think of Luka Modric in my team earlier?
I don't want to see Real Madrid.
Won a trophy, still in Europa, FA Cup, 3rd in the league, 7 points ahead of Liverpool. Calm down. We are who we think we are. Bad loss, but we will be okay. 21 games since the World Cup, 16 wins, 3 draws, and 2 L's. This was a fucking big L, though, my guy. This was a big L. But it's, it does just come down to 3 points lost. I get what you're saying, but let's see mentally the effect that this L takes. Not only on the players, but on Ten Hag as well. Man, what a weekend. Restarted it off. Liverpool ended it. Thank you, Liverpool. Thank you, Senor GRIZZ. Saeed Shush. Or Saeed Sheesh. One or the other.
Well, either way, you got cooked, innit? Sheesh.
Listen, this result flatters Liverpool. This game won't define our season. 100% Ten Hag will fix up. GRIZZ, enjoy sipping your water for an hour. We move.
7 up, bitch.
Saeed should be cooked like jollof rice and beaten like pounded yam. GRIZZ went too easy on him. Big up Thuggery for an all-time great intro, though. Well, you lot thought that was easy. Well,
You can't win, innit? They want them dead. Like, what do you want?
They want GRIZZ to be like, I don't know, Antonio Conte. GRIZZ is not Antonio Conte. GRIZZ is a different type of manager. He was always going to take the methodical, calm approach. You know, that's what GRIZZ does.
No, we're here for guidance, man, and mercy.
Out from Panama. What an amazing weekend of football. Sad I partied too hard on Saturday and didn't wake up to watch the humbling. Bless. Jamie says we won the Community Shield, so United fans chatting no trophies. Stop spreading lies. Listen, if the League Cup's not worth anything, then the Community Shield is.
I'm taking. I'm gonna leave it here, something.
Hugh, I just want to say that potentially we should forego our team's performances this weekend. I feel, we're getting real deep, and I don't want Toby to go anywhere. So I just feel like we need to potentially sacrifice this. I'm just saying, I'm willing to sacrifice if you are.
City were great. That's my input.
Dan says Nunez is a change magnet. That's not a coincidence. Always going to be a success. I wanted him at United. Time for the boys to respond big time now, Saeed. So we can absolutely. By the way, it's a minimum $7 buy-in tonight, folks. That one's from Ken. Gareth again. Nelson has more goals and assists than Anthony in the league. That's one expensive clown.
Jesus.
Etinosa says, I felt so lucky to witness this. 7 is my lucky number. Love the work you guys are doing. Love all the way from Cali. Hold that, Saeed and Rants. And now hate the number 7, says Mahar. I can see it in my nightmares. How are we losing 7-0? 7. The clapping United got shouldn't have been televised. You must flambe, saute, grill, and poach the perennial bottlers. Only thing that's hot about Spurs is a Red Hot Chili Peppers concert on July the 21st. I actually thought you started with United there, but you actually meant Tottenham. Listen, I've still got 23 more here. People. This is mad, but I'm loving it. Man United got that scouse.
That was such a Mayweather moment or Conor McGregor moment.
I'm loving it.
I'd like to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Superchats, they want to be part of the show, so listen. You know what I mean?
Man United got that scouse colonoscopy at Anfield, absolutely penetrated. Title race over. Josh says, let's not use one result to rewrite history. United are still having a great season and we could still win more trophies. 8 months under Ten Hag, karma.
Yeah, that's it. Bigger picture, man. But it still doesn't hide the fact that this loss, man. I get the copium, I get it, but yeah.
United have won away win against anyone in the top 12. Fulham away. They defend the high line They defend in a high line once and concede 7. Don't chat the City or Arsenal's defenders. As a United fan, says Anish, it was embarrassing. Can't shy away from that genuine question. If Arsenal finish second and United win 2 trophies, who's had the better season? The game's about winning trophies, my guy. I can't lie to you, as enjoyable as this season's been for Arsenal, finishing second and not taking anything from it. At the end of the day, what do you remember? Finishing second? I don't, personally. March 5th will forever be known as the Merseyside Massacre. Maybe we have to make that a thing every year. 7 Hugs, right eras do end. The Bobby Salah Mane era is over. Hope he's ready for the Gakpo, Nunes, Diaz, Kanate, Jude era. Klopp is just getting started. Held 2 at Brighton, 4 at Brentford, 6 at City, 3 at Arsenal, 7 at Liverpool. Best centre-back pair in my arse. Man, talk about the quadruple, you mugs. Rashford,
I did not say quadruple this season.
But he didn't say Saeed, he said man, and I did hear, I did see a few United fans talking about it, but you're right, you didn't. JML says Rashford using Chat GPT for his apology. Has that come out yet?
I don't even know. I'll be honest with you. I'm not seeing anything.
Has what come out, sorry?
Rashford's apology.
No, I didn't see anything.
Yeah, he put out a notes page thingy on Twitter.
I've not been on Twitter.
Did he? Yeah, really? Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
He did. He said something like he wishes they could play the game back or some shit like that.
Save your breath. Man.
His pen game is almost as lethal as his shooting game, man. He's always on
He's on the job, innit?
Yeah.
He knows how to soften the blow on socials. He knows how to do it well. Alex says, would you rather score 7 in one game or be 7 points clear of a rival in 5th place who has to focus on stats from one game for happiness? United's era lasted all of 3 months. Era's come to an end. When are we going to stop hating and give Salah the respect he deserves? We're watching a top 5 Prem player of all time, and we compare him to Saka and Rashford. No one compares Salah to Saka and Rashford.
I just want to be a respect. That's it.
But top 5 Prem player of all time is a bit mad as well, my guy Hamza. It's a bit mad. It's very mad actually, but maybe obviously.
He ain't finished.
Agree.
Job's not finished. Job finished.
It's not finished. What, he just became Liverpool's top scorer or something, right?
129 goals, man. 129 goals. I don't even want to go through the numbers of him, man. It's boring, man, when I reel off numbers for Mohamed Salah. Everyone gets bored. So
he's
let's
top
keep
5 for maybe he's top 5 for wingers.
Top 5 for wingers. Okay.
Yeah, in the league.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's higher. I think
I'd say top 3.
No, I'm not saying that he's 5th or anything. I'm saying if he's talking.
No, I get the player shout. Yeah, I'll take that. I don't think top 5 players. I never said that, but in terms of attacking, like I don't know what you don't want from a winger, innit? This is why it goes back to the question.
I'm not this GRIZZ. He's definitely higher than 5th. I'm just saying, like, did he mean top 5 wingers or top 5 players?
He said players, innit? He said players. I'm calm.
He was moving mad. Cool.
What are you drinking, Tobs? What are you laughing at?
No, he just went from 0 to 100 like quickly. Like,
He heard Salah and he just like,
yeah, he went back.
I told you, innit?
All right, let's
Prayers
move
are going
on.
off.
All right, people, if I've missed your super chat, I apologize. Like I said, the chat's been moving so mad. It's a record-breaking show that I didn't even save a lot of the super chats because it's just flying. It's literally just flying down, and I've got a show to run. I've got to make sure that none of the super chats are talking shit about anyone in any particular way. So I've got a lot to handle, especially when there's 13K in the building. So if I've missed your super chats, apologies, people. Apologies. But we move. You know what it is already. We got to get back into the conversation because that was about 20 minutes of super chats, and there is more to discuss. And on that more to discuss, Matisse, graciously offered not to talk about his team's first win in fucking how long. He wants to make sure that we talk to Toby and get his opinion on the top.
Check the video, and I'm sure there's a video.
No, there isn't. There isn't. He done a 3 minute. He done a 3 minute.
It's a 3-minute video, bro. What more video do you want, man?
He done a 3 minute.
Man did a 3-minute video that probably took him an hour and a bit.
To be honest, I don't really want to speak. You don't speak, man. I spoke for the whole of England on my post match on Saturday. I was fuming. So
you're right. You know what's changed?
What am I going to say? Yeah, what am I going to say that I haven't said already? Like
that's shit, man.
So,
you know what I mean?
You lot have at it, man. Cook me, cook Conte, cook the club. Just cook them all, man. I genuinely couldn't care less.
I already know what to say about Tottenham at this stage. I mean, really.
It's just it's not boring. It's actually it's delicious to talk about Tottenham.
Man said delicious, you know.
Delicious, bro.
It's also like
I'm tired of them, man. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, that's the right.
I'm tired of actually hearing about Tottenham's problems, but then it's like the manager's not there. It feels like every time you're like, okay, then well, let's see what Tottenham can do now, and you're getting beat and you get scored by Adama Traore.
That's the worst part of it. That's
probably got more GA in them baby oils than he's got scoring goals, man. I'm telling you, you man are shit. Yeah, if you're getting scored by this brother right here.
Yeah, he scored more goals than Richarlison this season as well.
Brother, that one there. If we speak with this show is finished.
Richarlison,
don't say this show's finished. You've been speaking. So
Richarlison hasn't scored, so
he hasn't scored. But again, what minute did he come on in the game?
We don't need to.
What minute did he come on in the game?
Adama Traore's free transfer at the end of the season. You taking him?
No, I don't want him.
He's not taking anybody who's more muscular than he is. Let's be real.
Traore is he's actually scored a really good goal, but he's crushed.
Yeah, it was a finish.
Bro, how did he score? Bro, this brother Traore is wild. Did you see that kick? What was that? That was like some crazy angle. He had to like weird body shape. He can't cross basic football. And when he's clean through, unless it's City, he's clean through against.
Yeah,
and then he scores that
He's such
goal.
a strange footballer because he got a loan move to Barcelona. Started off actually quite well and started whipping in some crosses. And then again, he's back in this situation where he's coming off the bench of some of the games for Wolves. They got Pedro Neto coming back, Podence coming back. You know, all these other guys. Guedes is injured. I think Jimenez has not been the same. When you put Wolves' team out there on paper, it's actually not a bad team. You know, you got Matías Nunes, who Liverpool have always been kind of going for as well. Yeah, I do think he is overrated, Matías Nunes. I agree. I don't really know what Liverpool see in him, but maybe they got something. Maybe they got something for us. I think Matías Nunes is a little bit overrated.
We said the same for Gakpo Nunes, so relax in it.
Well, you also didn't like the signings of Gakpo and Nunes. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere, please, sir.
With respect, I said they would be effective for us. I don't like them as a player.
You see that hood? You see that hood on your jumper? You see that hood on your? I'll pull you.
I actually agree with GRIZZ. He's got the characteristics that they lack right now in terms of the running power, the dual ability, like the physical strength, the qualities that they lost with Wijnaldum. Right? I feel like he brings some of that. Obviously, I feel like Wijnaldum's a lot more secure.
But obviously,
have you seen any of the qualities?
You get
No, I've seen the running, the physical qualities, the running, the dribbling, the dueling, but his passing is shocking, man. His passing is actually.
I've not seen anything.
I think you're better off spending the extra money on Bellingham.
But you know what? We don't want to speak about him.
Don't deflect to Liverpool.
Let's not. You lot speak on the question. Yeah. Speak on the game.
You know, Dan Juma. Let me ask you a question: is he gone to the locker room of Jed Spence? Has he done anything around there? Like, what's the situation with Dan Juma, Toby? Like, be honest, because I'm thinking, why is he getting this treatment? Like, you could do with a player like that.
Bro, I said this on their deadline day. I said Dan Juma is a good player. He's a pointless signing because he's not going to play. I literally said this a month ago. He's not going to play.
How did you know he wasn't going to play? It's kind of mad.
Because Conte hasn't used this team. I keep saying he's not rotated. He's not utilizing the squad. Kane plays 90 minutes no matter what. Son has got one goal in 21 Premier League starts this season. 21 or 22 Premier League starts this season. When he started, and he plays, he starts 90%.
Yeah, most of his goals are off the bench. Yeah.
He starts 90% of our games. So you man are talking, and rightly so. You criticize Richie, criticize, rightly so. But again, he's played 660 minutes for a reason. Outside of the injury, he doesn't play. Conte don't rotate. So if Richarlison, that was bought for 60 million, isn't getting game time, why would Dan Juma get game time? Why? It don't make sense, and that was my only concern with the signing. Like, we've just basically wasted a transfer signing on someone who's actually not going to contribute to our season because the manager's not going to pick him. It's bare stupid.
I think if it wasn't Lucas Moura coming on, then I would, if it was someone else, I'd be like, okay, maybe Dan Juma's not getting minutes because he's not as good or whatever. But it's Lucas Moura that's coming on. 35-year-old Lucas Moura, I think you said
33, 32 or 33.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
A player that's not going to be at the club in 3 months' time. A player that almost left the club at the end of January. A player that is even being linked with a move away on a free transfer to one of these Brazilian clubs. This guy is literally only there to scream coys. Like, he has no genuine quality on a football pitch. And yet he started a crucial FA Cup tie midweek, and then he's the first player to call upon in a game where you need to score a goal. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And that is Conte and his coaching staff to a T right now. Their decisions don't make sense.
Todd, has he checked out? Has Conte checked out?
He's checked out.
He's checked out.
He's been checked out since Christmas. He's been checked out.
He might be doing this on purpose now. I don't know what he's doing, man.
Genuinely, it feels like it. Genuinely, it feels like
sabotage.
Wallahi, it actually feels like, you know what? How badly can I F up this club? Because that's genuinely what it feels like. When I'm seeing some of the stuff that I'm seeing week in, week out, it doesn't make sense. Like, how can you play the same way you play against Man City, against Leicester, and then play that same way against Sheffield United, and then play that same way against West Ham, and then play that same way against Wolves, and then play that same way against Milan? You got no way to sort of change things. You don't want to change. You want to play the same way over and over and over again, and then you expect different results.
He genuinely, he doesn't give a shit. He does not give a shit. Man. He doesn't care because he knows that he just needs his money. Do you know what I mean? He needs his money to be run through to him. So whether you sack him and he gets the money that way, or he stays until the end of the season, he gets it that way. He's getting his money, and he knows he's going to get a top Serie A job because he's proven over there with his league titles. I don't think he'll get a job in England. I don't think any of the top teams are looking for a coach like that. No. I think the proof is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? CC. So I think, you've got a manager that, without even getting the trophy in the bag, he's already dropped the bag. He doesn't give a damn.
Do you think this damages his overall reputation, Conte? Because
it actually should.
He's gone down in my estimations. For someone of his caliber to throw in the towel that way, it's just unbelievable. I really thought he was going to make a good crack at this and try to change things up, and he was beyond that. But it looks like he's really just thrown in the towel. He just
does have his way, though.
Right? I think he's just collecting his bag and waiting to go back to Italy. First flight.
Well, he does have his way. This is what he does.
I'm with you, Hughie. I think he's massively damaged his reputation. I don't class him. These are the kind of jobs you have to take, and you have to turn, sorry for using the clock phrase, like turn doubters to believers. Like, how many doubters of Spurs is there in the universe? millions and millions. He
All
has
of them.
to turn them into believers. Exactly. At no point,
They have nothing to believe.
At no point did Toby ever be a believer, I think, in this reign. Maybe for a little while, but he said it from early. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. And it's not working.
Yeah.
I just think with the thing is with Conte last year, like he actually like genuinely the back end of the season, I was happy. I was happy because I thought, you know what, it's a short-term thing. You're not going to be here forever, but you have actually come in and you've picked up this team when we were literally muddied beyond belief from Nuno, and you got us into fourth. I know you might not sign a new deal, but if you can get us a trophy and get us one step further, third place finish, respectable season, you've done your job, right? Because he's not going to win a Premier League title at a club that can't even win even an FA Cup or League Cup in the space of 2 seasons in the position we were in. But the one thing he did last year that he hasn't done this year is coach. How many times did I say last year, wow, like Conte's actually been able to get something out of Cess, Emerson, Retete. Now, I'm not going to slam him for not being able to get the best constantly out of poor players, because they're poor players, right? They will eventually revert to type. But where I am going to actually be so ruthless is when you are given better players. Where's the coaching? Where's the coaching? When you're giving players that are a bit raw but have potential, and you're not using them, you're not utilizing your team. Your in-game management is shocking. Everything's so reactive, right? Chasing the game, and I'm seeing centre backs come on before a change in shape. Chasing the game, and I'm seeing offensive threats go off. It's only until like the game is basically beyond reach that you just see this weird frenzy where he just throws all the attacking options he has off the bench with no plan, no actual clear instruction on what it is they're doing on the football pitch. When we were 4-1 down to Leicester, I saw Richarlison come on the pitch with 5 minutes to go, and I'm seeing him in the hole with Kane pushing highest up the pitch. Son can do no wrong. Son can do no wrong whatsoever. 2 games out of the team, it's too long a wait for Son to not start. I have to throw him in against Wolves, and I have to play him basically right up until the end. Even Kulusevski is tanking now. Like he's been really bad since his injury. But
you know, if you don't get top 4, there's no obligation to buy, is there? With Kulusevski,
I think we already triggered that obligation last summer.
Yeah,
I think we already triggered that obligation. But the overarching point is like it's as I said. When it comes down to players doing dumb things like Eric Dyer making a dumb mistake, Davies passing to the opposition, Longley losing possession, etc., nobody is going to criticize Conte for that. Yeah, any manager would struggle with the defenders that we have. But when you see a team that looks so toothless, even when we're the better side in possession, there's a problem. When you see the amount of players that are literally lagging. Look at our attacking options. Let me list them again to you. Kane, Son, Kulusevski, Richarlison, Danjuma, and then even if you wanted that scrub, Lucas Moura, that's 6. How many attacks in the Premier League have a better attack on paper than that? How many?
Do you think they've checked out? Do you think that some of the players have checked out?
I don't even think they've checked out. I just don't think
they need motivation.
No.
I don't think they can perform under the circumstances.
They need guidance.
This is now on the management, right?
Yes.
The whole season, I've been questioning Tottenham's performances because they've been bottling it or dragging it in first halves, not performing, and then stepping up in the second half. But that's the players showing the fight, showing the courage, the mentality maybe to come back and trying to keep things alive. And then when your manager, your motivator, your tactician, your leader of men, because he is meant to be the biggest and the baddest and the best out of everybody because he's the winner and they're the losers. He's meant to be bringing them up to his level. When he does not sign that new contract, when he does not commit, right? And when he starts to self-sabotage in this manner, whoever is doing it, assistant, whatever, and the tactics don't make sense and the substitutions don't. As a player, what are you to do? How are you going to really go that extra mile for someone who's literally leaving anyway? It doesn't make any sense. When players are about to leave in the summer, we don't question why their performances might not be completely committed to the team because we know what it is. They're leaving.
And this is why it's so much to blame with the ownership. This is why what you just said there, spot on. this is all about the ownership not having any control of what's going on right now. I think it's a mess. I don't want to say it's too much of a mess because they're still fourth, and we're playing them in a few weeks' time, I think, or something. So you know what I mean. I want to keep it humble still.
You'll beat us. You'll beat us. It's an Anfield. You'll beat us.
But overall, it's a mess, man. Overall, it's a mess.
Well, you'll beat us, and the ownership is the root of all evil. As per Turkish likes to pretend as if I'm going over the top. Oh, how can you say that they're bad owners? Look at what they've done for your club.
Am I wrong?
You are wrong.
How are you here?
What do you mean? How am I here?
How's Tottenham in the Big Six? How did that happen?
So you think that's just down to Daniel Levy?
Well, who are you putting it down to?
I'm putting it down to Pochettino. I'm putting it down to Redknapp. I'm putting it down to some of the players that we have in our squad. I'm not putting it down to the they make decisions off the field that hinder the management. So how can they be the ones responsible for Spurs being in the Big Six?
No, with Pochettino, when you went through a couple windows not spending a penny, 100%. If you said the same things you're saying now, then completely agree with you. But Conte's spent a bit of money since coming in January last year, putting 2 players.
Turkish, it's not just about spending. You lot were spending since 2012. You spent a lot of money from 2012 to 2020. Did you get better or worse?
You see, we didn't spend a lot of money.
That's my question, Turkish. Did you get better or worse?
Not worse, 100%.
Worse. So spending money alone means nothing if there's no actual direction, if there's no actual purpose behind the spend. They said 2 years ago. Let me one sec. They said when Paratici came in. They said 2 years ago, we want to embark on a quest to bring down the average age of the team. We want to bring the average age of the team because it's too old. It had players like Lamela, Sissoko, Alderweireld, etc., etc. Okay, cool. What did they do that summer? They got rid of Sissoko. They got rid of Alderweireld, etc., etc. But they signed young Gs, but they didn't sign at first team. They didn't sign enough first team ready players, which left Nuno with a squad that was nowhere near good enough to finish in the top 4. And even when we added Kulusevski and Bentancur, man on man, wasn't good enough to finish in the top 4. They hire Conte, who's a win now manager, another win now manager, and say, hey, we're going to do half and half. We're going to give you young players, but we might give you some young players that can bang, some young players you have to develop. Nope, this is a guy who wants players so he can do shit now. So you're in this halfway house where a year ago you said, oh no, you want to sign young players. A year later, no, you hire Conte. No, let's try and win something. But let's try and win something with a squad that are not actually prepared to win anything. They don't make sense. They jump from one ship to another. They don't stand true to their beliefs. And they've been like this since they sacked Pochettino. They make poor mistakes when it comes to football and matters, and it always sets Spurs back. Always. So I'm sorry. How can that be good ownership? How can that be good ownership?
You're at the big boy table without winning a major trophy. That's something for you, man.
And you think that's down to them?
Of course it is, bro. You mentioned Harry Redknapp and Pochettino, and who hired them? And don't get me wrong, with Pochettino's sacking, I agree with you. It was wrong to do, especially when you look at how they didn't back him leading up to that time. But you mentioned Arsenal and decline, and obviously from 2012 we won FA Cups and whatnot, but we did decline 100%. But our decline was linked to them leaving it all to a legendary manager in Wenger that, lost his magic. And that was part of our decline. Whereas your club, your ownership has tried to change managers and putting managers in place that even you was, shaking your top over your head about in Antonio Conte. But now you're looking at it like they haven't showed any ambition at least.
No,
they gave the manager you want.
Turkish, you look at Conte by name and say that's ambition. No, ambition is hiring Conte and bringing him a leading centre-back in the squad last summer. That's ambition. Not waiting until January to sign a proper right wing-back. Giving Nuno the capacity to actually compete for...
You chose to spend 60 on Richarlison, though. That was Conte, right?
Yeah. I'm not saying Conte didn't get back.
He could have spent 60 on a centre-back.
I'm not saying Conte didn't get back, but my point is, if you're willing to spend 60 million on a player at an already functioning attack, how can you then not bring in a centre-back? That doesn't make sense. That literally doesn't make any sense.
I think that lies more with Conte than it does with the ownership.
I don't think it does. I don't think it does at all.
You know what? I don't really get, like. I'll be honest with you. I'm arguing with you about it, but I've got bigger fish to fry at the top of the table.
Exactly. So I don't know why you keep,
he was waiting to say that.
I don't know why you keep defending Enoch. You're an Enoch apologist. It's mad.
I don't give a fuck about Enoch or you, man.
Clearly you do. Clearly you do. You keep saying you don't.
Man just remembered he's in a title race. He's arguing about whether they should have signed.
All I'm going to tell you is two things. Yeah, the ownership isn't as bad as you make out, and Lucas Moura is a Tottenham legend. That's the two things I'm going to tell you.
And you're a disgrace for both those statements.
Said I'm a disgrace. Listen, due to time, people, and it's nearly midnight over here, I'm going to get into the super chats on Tottenham. Hamza says, let me reiterate my super chat from earlier. As a Chelsea fan, Salah is top 5 Premier League players of all time. We'll never see this again. And Noham says, I'm here to say big ups to Thuggery. I was watching the intro 20 times and now I'm left behind. Let's get into the Tottenham ones. Freddie. A bit of feedback there or something. Can you not hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear
it. Which one of you, man, are rewatching the show while we're alive, man? Freddie says, Levy was happy to sack Jose before a final, but won't sack this wig-wearing clown. Jose at least had Son and Kane cooking. Please, Levy, sack this clown. Johnny says, don't worry, Tobs. Sometimes by losing a battle, you find a new way to win the war. We will succeed eventually under Conte. Let the haters hate.
He's gone.
Succeed under Conte, you know, the delusion is mad.
He's gone this summer. When is that going to happen?
Foden has 9 goals in the Prem, 1,350 minutes played. Saka has 10 goals, 2,240. That's a 900 minutes difference. Foden.
Here we go again with this.
They don't want to hear it, Faisal. They don't want to hear it.
You, man, and this minutes calculations nonsense, fam.
He's just saying, as we were on the topic of minutes calculated, he was just coming in with an input. Allow it, man.
What's with this Foden Saka beef?
Thank you, Faisal. Great super chat. Appreciate that.
It's like seeing my two younger brothers beefing, man. What's going on? It doesn't make sense. We love you both, man. Stop the
Be happy for the both,
yeah. Seven Strokes says, why was Tobes giving so much friendly fire to Adama, calling him a working out merchant? Tobes, you probably research his workout routine. X4 says, Tobes, Tottenham must get top 4. Let's hope Liverpool have awoken. They still have to play you lot. Quadruple still on, Saeed. This feedback's going on my nerves a bit. It is what it is, man. Jill, no. How many of you would bet on Ten Hag better in Tuchel's Champions League for Chelsea? He needs to chat to Sarri instead. Listen, I'm going to focus on the Tottenham ones. Big up to the sponsor. Oh, yeah, Manscaped. Come on, show some love. TB620, 20% off. Link in the description. Grab something, people. It helps us as well maintain the sponsorship and keep it going and bring new content for the official channel. On that note, we will have something dropping just as we move into international break, the top 6 centre-backs of all time, not just Premier League. And we're also recording content end of March. We're linking up on the 23rd, so more content to come. And Tuesday, 20th of June, we're all in New York for 6 nights or 7 nights. We're all in New York from Tuesday, the 20th of June. So if you're from neighboring states
from the Bronx, man. From the Bronx, from New York, hit us up, man. Hit us up. Hit us up, man.
Wait, stop that American accent. Let him finish it.
It wasn't too bad, man. Grizz, I know you're jealous, man.
It was shit.
Go on, give you your American accent.
Let me practice in. I don't know where we're getting different accents in New York, different areas.
Toby will show us his favorite city. Him and Captain America are going to show us around.
My favorite city.
The thing is, man, I'm making a joke now. When we step to New York, don't come with me when I go to work. Don't come with me. Stay in your hotel.
I'm gonna come with you.
No. You can come with me. You can come with me. Matisse and Hugh, don't come with me. Yeah, stay in the hotel eating cocoa.
Nah, you're a tour guide, man. We need you. You know all the best.
Toby's gonna be spudding up the locals.
When I'm out there, I'm just gonna call my friends.
Up the locals.
My friends, yeah. Chat to my local people, man.
Cool. When I'm out there,
Toby's end, man.
When Toby gets out there, man, he's gonna walk.
That simple. Stay in the hotel. Do your thing.
Light work, man.
Just don't give the location, yeah. Someone said they're gonna rob us. Don't give the location.
You said they're gonna rob us?
Someone said you're gonna get robbed. And I said, Grizz, don't give the location.
Big up.
He's always taking selfies everywhere. Grizz is if we're eating food, coffee, he's taking a picture. I'm like, bro, just eat it, man. You get
Are
me?
you telling me? Have you checked your Instagram compared to mine? Get out of here. You know what I mean? Man's talking.
Friendly fire.
Why are you hating on me, man? Chill, man.
Bro.
Let me continue with Super Chat. Man, you deserve the bunning. Cocky, gobshite, club for decades. I remember Wenger versus Fergie spats. That was a good old days. For Turkish, Levy only got Poch because he couldn't get Van Gaal. This chairman has literally failed upstairs towards being a top 6 club. Man is clueless. You're going on like Pochettino was highly sought after, and after Van Gaal, the next option was Pochettino. Obviously, there must have been some scout in there to be able to find him, because look at what he produced for you. Don't get me wrong, Poch, done dirt at Tottenham for where you ended up, but there was other options out there. They just went for it. Like I said, I don't want to talk about this shit.
The dangerous game bringing him back, though, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, Told was talking about it earlier on Matisse's stream.
There's no danger with Tottenham, man. They have nothing to do.
It is, you're right. There definitely is a danger. There is. Yeah. 100%.
What danger?
100%. JAC said, from an OG 50, I've seen a lot, but that was madness. Football is a humbler, but not today. We own you. Mad. 50 years old watching the Big Six. This is what I'm saying. The Big Six just throws out surprises, different demographics, different ages, different backgrounds. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. Love for the love and the super chat. Regine says, big up the panel. Late to the show, but I'm going to watch from the start. Big up Skull for using the clips I provided. Sorry, Saeed, it had to be done. Regine, love for that. Love for that.
Oh, man. So
I see what you did there. Tobes, don't worry about the Wolves defeat on Saturday and the top 4 race. You've got a new go-karting track built in place. That's the real race you're in. Levy in. I'm hearing Beyonce's bottle in the concert there as well. Did you hear about that?
I think they tried to do too many concerts, and the council have got onto them.
You've even bottled Beyonce. It's crazy. ECQ says Spurs has players other teams would take, so Toby's point about the sponsorship is silly. Kane, Bentancur, Kulusevski, Romero, Son, Richarlison, your owners made you big. My point, but let's not dwell. This one came in earlier. TBG says Teta deserves the most credit for the win. Was ruthless in subbing off a sub and taking Tommy off at half time. Ramsdale doesn't get spoken about enough. Defense needs to tighten up. Reece, sensational. Number 7 for CR7. And that kind of brings us slowly but surely on to the next subject matter. And I think the next subject matter, albeit Chelsea's first win in a while, they're 10th, 9th, 11th, 8th. I don't know. It's no point. Arsenal. Because again, I'm gonna go back to Toad, because at 2-0 in the WhatsApp group, I'm seeing so many letters and football is a humbler and caps lock. And I'm just thinking to myself, shit. Big Six might be peak, but in the end, there was no humbling in the Emirates. Still, there was no humbling, and to be honest, that super chat is right. Arteta did do his thing. Some Arsenal fans saying Arteta got the lineup wrong. Listen, we should be beating Bournemouth at home with Vieira and for Jack and Yasu and for Pim. I don't look at the lineup as wrong. I look at the start to the game and the way we got lulled into a tactic from Bournemouth that really top of the league shouldn't be getting lulled into, and we conceded a goal and then a set piece. But Ramsdale praised as well at 1-0, big save, at 2-1, a big save, more or less kept us in the game in order to come back into it. But Reece Nelson stole the show at the end, I can't even lie, and I'm happy for him still, because at times it looked like his time was done at Arsenal. I'm surprised that he's actually with us this season. I thought he would have been let go or sold in the summer just gone. But more of that from him, and I wouldn't mind, new contract talks. I'm getting a lot of messages about that keep, bench, or sell vid I done on DR Sports, and obviously when Nelson's name was mentioned, I mentioned sell. Reason being because I'm judging the last few years, not the last 30 minutes. But when you look at Reece's impact this season against Forest off the bench when Saka got injured, against Bournemouth, which was a massive 3 points. Because if we didn't beat Bournemouth, and I'm putting draw into that as well, we'd have no chance for the league. I know we'd still be top and, we'd still be leading the way, but we've got much tougher games to come than Bournemouth, and we pulled it out the bag. People moaning about the injury time. It was fair. It It was 6 minutes. Someone was down injured in the 90th. A minute got added onto the 6th. We got the goal. But something that we need to not do is, you know, concede cheap goals. This is the 3rd game this calendar year that we've scored a last-minute winner. Eddie against United, Jorginho and Martinelli against Villa, and now Reece Nelson against Bournemouth. All in all, listen, we got the 3 points, 2-0 down. That's all you can ask for. But Fulham away is going to be an interesting game on Sunday. Away from home, actually, we tend to do better defensively than at home. But yeah, I mean, I want to ask you like how you're feeling, really, more so than me, because like I said, we've still got tough games to go. I think we need to go into international break 8 points clear. That means beating Fulham, and that means beating Palace the week after. But with these last-minute winners, with Arsenal 5 points clear at the top, if I went round and asked who do you think is going to win the league, because I get asked that question a lot on this show and in general, that are Arsenal going to win the league? Are Arsenal going to win the league? Are you lot still saying City, or do you now believe that Arsenal are going to win?
Still City for me.
Still City.
I'm saying Arsenal.
Yeah, no.
Because I just look at that victory.
Yeah,
just look at that victory.
I'm looking at
the manner.
their fixtures. I'm looking at their fixtures though. Turkish has got a point. I'm not sure if 5 points is enough buffer. That's the problem. But City
might drop points, man.
City. I know we haven't had time to speak on them, but they weren't great. They were not great. Newcastle just weren't efficient up front. Newcastle had 3-4 chances. They just had Callum Wilson, who's dead at the moment, man.
City were excellent.
Okay, City. I don't think City were.
Newcastle should have scored.
It was one of our most professional, convincing performances this season. We created chances too that we didn't take. Like, if you want to flip the script, we could have beat them 4 or 5-0.
Okay.
They had 2 chances.
I don't think that was City.
City weren't great. We played really good football.
I don't think City were great.
I think they had to do what they had to do. There was a period at 1-0.
But that's different from being great, isn't it? He said he was great.
I think we were great. I think we were great in the scheme of the season, how the season's gone. So far this season, we have been inconsistent. The way we've played, the way we've played hasn't been good enough. We don't create enough chances. We're a bit one-dimensional. Since Phil Foden has come back into this team, all of a sudden we look completely different. The front three and the balance of that front three of Grealish, Haaland, Foden can do absolutely anything. We don't need to do this side-to-side waiting for our chance anymore. And we saw that with Phil Foden's goal. He's able to go direct and run through into the box and score a goal. We look like we're starting to click now. The defense looks solid. Ruben Diaz has added that. I don't know what you're laughing at because it's true. I've watched every single game this season.
I'm laughing at something else, man.
I
agree with you. Foden was great. Foden was sensational.
Where was this Liverpool versus Man City passion and desire when you were fighting for titles together?
It comes out here and there, man.
I'm asking you a simple question. I put a simple statement and he woke up. I said, I don't think City were
great. I woke up because what you said is not true. To say City weren't great, it's just not true at all. You mustn't have watched the game, Grizz, because we were great.
No, I watch a lot of football. I've got like multi-screen and shit. But
football focus.
Well, you must be watching the wrong screen because you didn't see how we played then.
Okay, let's put it to a vote. Ban the Arsenal question. Was City great? Oh, none of you lot watched it.
I didn't watch them.
I watched it. I didn't watch it long. But I think
people in the chat straight away. People straight away in the chat. Let us know. Was City great?
I wouldn't say great.
But they didn't need to be great, though. They didn't need to be great.
Good for their win.
That's different. I don't give a shit if they needed to be great or not. Of course, they got the job done. Job done.
Yeah, but Grizz, no. From what I saw, it didn't look like they were great, but they were. I didn't think Man City went away from that thinking, "Wow, like we got away with one here."
Yeah, exactly.
Not one person has said they were great.
What Toby's saying is spot on. What Toby's saying is spot on. We know when to click. We know in these title races that you can't rely on being emotionally charged. Now, my point on Arsenal is, yes, they've won 2 games now in injury time in recent weeks, and that takes a lot of character. You know, in another year, Arsenal lose those games, and I'm not going to be a celebration police. You know, as footballing men, if you get a last-minute winner against anybody, you're going to celebrate, and it's going to be great fun. But what I'm saying is, I know from experience, the way Arsenal are playing right now, it looks like it's the middle of May. And it's not. It's the end of February, early March. Can they sustain? No, I'm not saying that as a hit. I'm not saying they can't sustain that. I'm asking, can they sustain that? Is that something that they can continue to
little
do?
Jab, basically, Turkish. Little jab.
No, but what I'm saying is, listen, we dispatched Bournemouth in their place 4-1 the other day. We dispatched Villa in our place 3-1 2 weeks ago. But nobody really gave a shit. It was just standard procedure. City beat these teams. Arsenal get last-minute winners against these teams, and they're playing like champions. I get that. They're playing different to us. I watched an AFTV fan cam the other day. I don't know who the guy was, and he says, "We have belief. City don't have belief.
It was
They've gone stale."
lives.
Yeah, he says City have gone stale. They don't have belief. And I'm saying, listen, you didn't have belief. Turkish, I stood beside you outside the Emirates that day when we beat 3-1. I had not one, not two, but dozens of Arsenal fans coming up to me. And they're probably watching right now because they said they enjoyed the show, saying, oh, no, it's done now. You've caught us. It's finished. You know, you're going to kick on from here. And I'm saying, hang on. It's the 15th of February. And you're telling me it's done because we've caught you and you still have a game in hand. That's not belief. Your belief is built on breadsticks because it seems to crumble very easily. I don't need to tell you. I don't need to tell you I believe. I don't need to tell you. You should know I believe regardless because I know what this team can do. And I'm saying the thing for me was this season with City was stay on Arsenal's coattails. While they're playing great and they look unstoppable, stay on their coattails. But when the pressure starts to come and the kitchen gets a bit hot and those teams like Bournemouth, those teams like Villa who are fighting for something and every single point is going to cause you a problem. How do you handle that? Can you sustain that for another 12 games? Once again, not saying you can't. You've been great this season, but can you?
See, now everything that you've said there, I absolutely agree.
I will say though, the kitchen got hot after losing to you, man. And the way we've bounced back has been
Turkish, let me ask you this. Let me flip it back to you. Has the way you bounced back been really convincing? Have you gone? I know who was it you beat 4-0? Was it Leicester you beat 4-0 recently? Put that aside. The Villa game and
Leicester was 1-0.
Sorry, what was the one you won? What was the one you won big time recently?
Have they won?
Oh, Everton.
Yeah, so other than that, has it been massively convincing? Have you said, yeah, we've bounced back and we're now brushing teams aside and we look like that unpenetrable Arsenal team that we did before Christmas? No, you look a bit more weaker. It looks like it's getting
the same team before Christmas now.
Exactly, because the pressure's coming. The pressure's heating up and you're going, yeah, we're in a title race. How can we handle this? We don't have the experience. Now, my point is there's no problem with that. You gain experience through doing this. But I know from experience myself that being emotionally charged at the wrong time can be a bad thing. Like, for example, Zinchenko, he's probably the most emotionally charged person on the pitch, and we loved him for that. But we always had someone like Fernandinho. I remember there was a Champions League game against PSG. Zinchenko started to lose the head. His emotions got to him. Fernandinho goes straight over to him, grabs him by the collar and says, no, this is not the time for this. Do Arsenal have a player like that who's going to go over to him, 4-time Premier League winner, and say, listen, you need to calm down, mate? That's what I'm saying. These are all the pressures you got to deal with.
100%. And we got a young side. I'm going to keep on going back to that. We got a young side. That's why I keep on saying, the first thing I said was February 16th, and there was a reason behind that. January and the Manchester City game. We lost that game. We went behind on goal difference. Cool. We bounced back from that. That blip is now over. It's about moving forward. Have we been convincing in all of our games since the Man City loss? No. But at the same time, like you know what you just said about a sign of champions. Grinding out a result from 2-0 down. I've seen Manchester City do that in past seasons. It is a sign. It is a sign of potential champions for sure. But I'm now saying international break. I need to see Arsenal 8 points clear because of what GRIZZ said. When you look at our away fixtures post international break, and we've been better away from home, in my opinion, throughout the season. Newcastle away, Man City away, and Liverpool away. Those are massive. I'll be honest with you, we're not winning all three of those games. It'd be hard to find an Arsenal fan that does think we're going to win all three of those games and with real chest, because it's three difficult away games. And Liverpool are fighting for top 4. Newcastle are fighting for top 4. Man City are fighting for the league title with us. So all three teams are going to be ready and raring to go. City's tough games away from home post-international break. I think it's Brighton, Brentford, Fulham. Now I'm looking at them ones as, all right, City of old would roll over them teams, home and away. City this season have shown me enough to think that they could potentially slip up against these teams. But it's all on Arsenal for me. If we win our 2 games leading up to international break, we're 8 points clear. And then we've got Leeds at the Emirates, the first game.
As well, you know. You've got to get a game ahead of them as well because you've got the FA Cup.
We play before you, I'm pretty sure, for most weeks now, right? Up to the running, and we're going to have a game in hand as well because you play another 2 games. You play another 2 games before the international break. We only have 1, so that's another pressure of us playing every single weekend before you And the thing with me is, I'm with you that the City this season maybe doesn't make you feel that way the same way you did about previous years with Manchester City. But what I'm saying is, my overall point was, we know how to click at the right time. Like I said, stay on their coattails up to this point and then click. Get your big hitters back. Get everybody playing together again. And that's what we've done. We had 5 or 6 away games in a row there and didn't lose any. We've come out looking pretty good. All the performances were pretty good too. The team is playing consistently well now, which is something we hadn't seen all season. It looks like everybody's pulling in the right direction. We made some decisions, like getting rid of Joao Cancelo as well. So my thing is, my confidence comes from the fact that I think we're clicking at the right time.
Cancelo back, would you bring? I'm not gonna lie to you right now.
No. Listen, I had this conversation on Twitter earlier on. I said I'm not sure whether to laugh at Cancelo because he's not getting any minutes right now, and say it serves him right for acting the bollocks, or say let's terminate the loan and bring him back because a fully functioning and involved and enthusiastic Cancelo will be priceless. No, you don't cross Pep Guardiola. You don't fuck about with him. He's gonna step too far.
You leave his ass there, man.
Man, he can stay on Nagelsmann's bench.
But Cancelo was playing earlier on for Bayern Munich. So I don't know. But on the Man City point as well, I feel like it's too much dialogue on Man City. They've won 6 of the last 8 games. It would have been 7 if not for that ridiculously fluky, half fluke, half poor finishing display against Nottingham Forest. Let's be real, they should have battered Nottingham Forest. And Newcastle, okay, it's not going to be like, it may not have been a vintage Man City performance, but they're playing a side that are fighting for top 4 and have the best defensive record in the league. Like, it's not going to be, you're not going to see a fluent performance.
That's what I said, though. I said they done.
No, not you. I'm just saying, I feel like the talk on City, they won 2-0 clean.
100%, yeah.
If you're looking at Newcastle, if you're looking at Arsenal and Man City had the harder fixture, and yet it was Arsenal that had to work harder for their result this weekend, this previous weekend.
And we saw what Newcastle did at the Emirates.
Look at these trying to put pressure on. I love it. These two are. Look at these two trying to link up again.
I'm not even trying to put pressure on. I've already given my prediction. I still think Man City.
Matisse and Toby.
I'm just stating.
That win though. We can't underplay that win from Arsenal, man.
I'm not underplaying the win.
No. I'm just saying in general, that was a massive win, man. To score the 90.
Listen, we've all chosen our sides on this
big win,
fight.
Big win.
It's clear that GRIZZ is team Teta, and it's clear where me and Toby stand. Saeed, I don't know where you stand in this. Probably actually towards Arsenal.
I don't mind if Arsenal.
You don't want City.
I'm not experimenting because for me,
it's free, guys. Like, let's not beat around the bush. We all know who we want to win the league out of these two. Man United are no longer involved. Bless their hearts. It's free. So let's not lie.
I do think though. I feel like Arsenal. People are saying that Arsenal got lucky and stuff, man. I do actually think that, like, when you are able to pepper a team the way Arsenal pepper teams this season, like, you actually create your own luck. I was saying that on Touchline the other day. Like, I saw that they had like 31 attempts against Bournemouth. When you're constantly putting a team under pressure, even if you're not creating clear-cut chances, just by virtue of just getting at them over and over again, eventually pressure will tell, man. And I think that's what you saw. That's what you saw in the 3-2 result. Like, I know we were bantering Turkish in the chat, but even with the banter, it's just more a case of shock. Like, I'm shocked that Bournemouth are 2-0 up, because this should be like a 5-0, 6-0 team. But
is that really too early the second half?
Is that really think Bournemouth are going to win that game? No. Come on.
Credit to Arsenal. That's the main thing.
It's a big 3 point. It's a match if you eventually get over the line, it's a match you look back on and say that was one of the games that kind of gave us the momentum or gave us the belief, because 12 games to go, the end is in sight. But
two more games and you're down to those lovely 10 games.
2 more games, 8 points clear if we win those 2, and then Jesus comes back.
Oh yeah, and you had injuries as well, because obviously no Nketiah, no Jesus, no Trossard went off injured as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
It's a good win, but it's a win that I feel like you made too much hard work of, in my opinion.
100% we made hard work of it, but I also agree with you. It wasn't a lucky win in the end. We made our own luck by putting the pressure on for the last 30 minutes, or 25 minutes or whatever it was. I think it's 30 minutes.
Remember, Bournemouth are fighting for their lives. You're going to get this more towards your season's end. these relegation teams are going to
why I'm
start.
worried about
I'm
Sunday.
telling you, it's not fun. Going to these places with 5-6 games to go, you feel sick, man. You feel out. Like I said, the GRIZZ, man, he knows it's not a nice feeling because it's different. Beating Bournemouth in the third last game of the season, if you're to do that, for me is bigger than beating Chelsea in September because it's real pressure. It's serious stuff, and it's season defining. So it's
Better
like
to play the mid-table teams, isn't it? Really, better to play the mid-table teams now.
Yeah, I mean we've got Palace away this Saturday, and for that for me it would be absolutely huge if we get a win there. We've had problems at Palace for years, and that will put us 8 games unbeaten in a row, the most we've done this season. So I think we're clicking at the right time, and I think we're looking good. So it's all to play for.
Yeah, let's do the super chats because we've passed 2 hours, people. There's still 10.8k here. It's 12:15 in the evening. So we're going to wrap up shortly. Queen Robbie says, what a win for Arsenal. I truly believe that we'll win the league this season. Hoping that Vieira can pull a masterclass against Pep next week. Those are the sort of games that I'm looking at as hopeful slip-ups for City, but we'll see how that one goes. VAR can pinpoint White holding the keeper's hand, but not 2 handballs, a kicking of Tommy, and then not even a possible offside at the start. TMB says, RS is like a battling ram that constantly bombards these teams that sit deep. But against the bigger teams, I hope he improves. TBG is opposite HUGH when Liverpool and City. It's opposite HUGH when Liverpool and City teams of the past have come back. It's sign of champions, but when Arsenal do it, it's only Bournemouth rattled.
What?
There's Turkish. I'm worried Arsenal's home form in the Premier League this season. Do you think that could be our downfall in the long run? Sporting on Thursday, would you go strong or rotate, bro? I think you rotate. With rotation, I'm still confident of beating Sporting. On our home form thing, our home form in general, when you look at the season, has been pretty good to say the least. What is it? A loss against City and a draw against Newcastle. Is that the only drop points at home? Yeah, it's the goals conceded in comparison to away from home that is problematic. But at the same time, I still expect to beat Fulham away. I expect to beat Palace at home, and then I expect to beat Leeds at home after the international break. Should be 8 points clear with Jesus back, and we'll see how much of an impact Jesus' return makes on the side. Darwin says, HUGH talking about pressure when his team crumbled under the pressure after we beat Villa 4-2, and they bottled it at Nottingham Forest.
We didn't crumble.
Football's a crumbler.
Football's a crumbler.
What a way to end it. Listen, people, I know we didn't touch in on City as much as maybe HUGH or the Man City fans would have liked. I know we didn't touch in on Chelsea's first win in a little while, but sacrifices had to be made tonight. If it was a 9 p.m. start, we could still go on for a bit, but it was a 10 p.m. start, and
12. We had to finish on the 7th of the month, so big up everyone. It's officially now the 7th.
There you go, and it's 17 past.
This is
weird, man. That's
weird. Not weird. This is not weird, bro.
I'm gonna be shameless. If you don't mind getting me to 45k for sacrificing my team, that would be great. I'm almost there. Do you know what I'm saying? Sacrificial lamb. My first win in 3 months, so I don't remember. So I could have milked it, but I'm being humble. I scored a goal. We got a goal this weekend. Like, it's huge.
Actually, there was one super chat from Aston Mac. Show more chest. We just created more chances than any other team this season. Against Leicester, we held them to the lowest XG ever recorded. 3 goals aside, our XG has top cities. So chill with this unconvincing talk. I get you, Aston, and I get you with the chest thing. But I'm more interested in seeing convincing performances and wins from the start of the game than I am XG and XH and XA and all of this new mathematics in the football world now. And that's my honest opinion. Going 2-0 down to Bournemouth it's not good. But we did get the 3 points, and that's what matters. So moving forward, Fulham away, get the job done. Palace at home, get the job done. 8 points clear. Jesus back. Happy days. Happy days. And we'll talk again. We talk every week, twice a week anyway here. Big up everyone. Like Matisse said, make sure you get him to 45k. There's 10.3k left, so I'm sure that can happen. But not only Matisse, HUGH, Saeed, GRIZZ, TOBS, and THUGGERY. All channel links are in the description below, people. It's been another banger. It's been a record breaker of a show. So make sure you show some love to all the channels. Subscribe here if you haven't. And the Big Six official channel. A reminder, Manscaped are the sponsor. 20% off TB620. So grab something if you're a fan of the show. Use that code so they know you're coming through us. Why? because they're helping make things happen as well. Like I said, new content coming out real soon on the official channel, and we're coming to New York. That couldn't happen without Manscaped. So make sure you show them some love, because after New York, we're hoping to tour other cities as well. We're going to do something in London as well, obviously. London and Manchester and Liverpool, I think it makes sense doing those 3 cities in the UK. But in terms of abroad, we do want to do other cities as well. Hopefully New York goes well. And we've got a couple big things planned in New York. So make sure you follow us there. We're going to be vlogging daily on the official channel. But, you know, we've got some big appearances planned on major networks. I won't say too much on that yet until closer the time. It's only 7th of March. So we move, people. Love for the love. Hit the like button on the way out. We've passed 8,000 likes. Let's get it to 10K. And we're back again this Friday because of the Europa League this Thursday. Obviously, Arsenal 5:45, United at 8 p.m. We are back this Friday night, 9 p.m. So make sure you're there, people. Love for the love. We're out. Peace.